To start off our Mid-Valley Jimmy Platt Invitational for our national anthem. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Weslaco, Texas, as K-West is bringing you the Jimmy Platt Mid-Valley Classic Track and Field Invitational. This one is run here each and every year, and we are about to get started with live action. We're going to get started with the 400-meter relay, the 4x100-meter relay, girls and boys. And throughout the afternoon, we'll be bringing you updates for the events that have already happened. You know, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's already happened, especially like the field events and some of our distance events. So we're excited to be here today. We hope you are excited. So wherever you are at, kick back and enjoy a great afternoon of track and field. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by Mike Gonzalez. We'll bring you all the action from today's Jimmy Platt Invitational.
A beautiful day for a track meet, Joe. It's been gloomy most of the morning. The sun has peeked out a few times. I see that the wind is blowing from the north to the south a little bit. I would guess 15 to 20 miles an hour. As you mentioned, some races and some field events took place this morning. There is actually a new meet record in one of the events that we'll share with you later on. But great to be here. This event is always a fun one to cover.
It is, and you know, some of the better meets in the Valley are had throughout the year, and this one ranks right at the top. We got a lot of the premier teams. You know, you got Weslaco High, Weslaco East, Mercedes, Harlingen, just to name a few. And so a lot of people looking forward to the Jimmy Platt Invitational each and every year.
Yeah, and let's not forget Progreso. Progreso has a very good track and field program. The little 4A school there always like to come to Weslaco and compete with the bigger schools there. You mentioned at Calchelsa and Mercedes. Always very good, solid programs all around there. And yeah, we always have a very good athletes. Some of them will not be present here. We'll share that as well. I know Harlingen has a few outstanding athletes. Faith Franklin will not participate today. We'll talk a little bit about that a little later. But for these coaches, Joe, it's all about getting them ready for district, which is right around the corner.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that when you mentioned Progreso, the smaller school that is here with the big schools, and just getting themselves ready for the district meets that are right around the corner as you just run against some of the bigger names, as we mentioned a little while ago. Actually, you mentioned, Mike, a little while ago, some of these bigger names, some of these better teams. And so when you put yourself with them, running against them, it gives you an idea of where you're at, where you need to improve. And so that's a great way to get yourself ready for district play. As we mentioned, we are going to get started with the girls 4x100 meter relay. In lane 1 will be Donna High. In lane 2 is going to be Ed Calchelsa. Lane 3, Weslaco East. Lane 4 is Weslaco High School. Lane 5 is going to be Harlingen. Lane 6, Mercedes. And lane 7 will be filled with Donna North. And the record for the 4x100 meter relay is Weslaco High, set last year with a time of 49.89.
And that's actually the time it looks like they're coming in, is according to the to the seedings we have here. And I had a chance, Joe, to look at the RGV track and field rankings for both the boys and the girls. And according to my notes, Harlingen High has the fastest time at 48:65. And we're talking about number one in the Rio Grande Valley, 48:65, which they ran at the Judson Relays. I'm assuming they're in San Antonio, Converse Judson High School. And in fourth is Weslaco High. So Rio Grande Valley, Joe, that's pretty impressive there. So we have two of the top of the fastest relays in this event between Weslaco High and Harlingen High. So it's going to be a fun one.
It is going to be a fun one. So let's go and let you know who is running on each club. Donna High, we'll start off with Victoria Lopez, Melina Calvillo, Jaylene Garza, and Brittany Garcia. Ed Chelsea in lane 2. They'll get it going with Jacqueline Medina. Then it's going to be Tamara Leal, Lauren Martinez, and anchored by Jocelyn Cortez. Weslaco East, they'll get going with Alina Espinosa, Valeria Juarez is second leg, third leg Judith Gomez, and the anchor is going to be Ariana Sustaita. Weslaco High, Jalen Garcia, Mariah Oliver, Alessandra Torres, and Andrea Torres. And, of course, that team from Harlingen, Anna Talplaco, Sarah Susani, Ava Morrow, and Amanda Maris. She'll be the anchor. We were talking about that time, Mike, and that was probably a Faith Franklin anchored time. She will not be present, as you mentioned a little while ago. Lane 6 is a Mercedes team. Hayden Ledesma will get things going there, followed by Kenzie Rodriguez, Isabella Parker, and Jamie Flores. And then in lane 7, Donna North, Ruby Rodriguez, Maria Morales, Angelina Mazzini, and Mia Vasquez. So those are the 7 teams that'll be running here this afternoon in the Jimmy Platt Invitational. As you mentioned, Mike, a couple of good teams to look for and to watch here is in lane 4 and 5. Of course, Weslaco with a time of 49.89. And then, of course, the Harlingen High, who has run a time of 46, I think. No, I'm sorry, that was 46. 48.
48.65.
What you said earlier.
Yes. For most of these schools, Joe, this is like their 6th, 7th meet. So in talking to a few of these coaches, they pretty much know what they have. Now it's just about kind of plugging in the final touches, kind of making some adjustments, maybe trying a few last things before that big district meet. So we have the Jimmy Platt today, and my understanding is that they'll be off next week for spring break, and then they'll have the meet of champions. That's always a big meet,
right,
that takes place. That that's a good measuring stick leading up to district play.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if they still do the meet of champions in the same format that I remember it in, and we're talking years and years ago, but you run with your district, and then the better times of each district go into the finals. So even if you ran in 5A and you were the 4th place team, but the 3A team, their first place team, has a lower time than you, the 3A team is still going to the finals.
And then I forgot to mention that there is one more track meet that a few of these schools I think we're going to try to go to in Austin. I forgot the name of it, but it's a big meet. I know Coach Owens at Weslaco always likes to go to it. I think Harlingen was talking to me about maybe going to that meet as well. But yeah, the meet of champions is the one that they were kind of talking about most in preparation for district play. Because they're kind of telling me that it's going to happen quick. You have this meet, and then you have your little break, and then after that you're going to have meets pretty much in a 4 or 5 week stretch. Hopefully you do well in district, you move on to area, and then you qualify for regionals and so forth. And then after that, it is state.
The big one. Yeah, as we mentioned, Weslaco High does have or hold the girls track meet record here at Billy Platt in the 4x100 meter relay with a time of 49.89. That was, as we mentioned, set last year. And Mike, you mentioned Faith Franklin not being present. She wasn't present last year either, but last year there was a little injury as to why she didn't compete. Yeah,
this time, Joe, my understanding is that her and one more athlete from Harlingen went to Boston, Massachusetts to compete in a national high school track meet. Isn't that something, going up against athletes from all across the country to get that experience. And the other thing I was told was, in case you didn't know, is that she already committed to going to Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee.
Right.
So her and I, you know, you mentioned Faith didn't run last year. I did talk to her
Right,
last
I remember,
year.
yeah.
And we did have a little pinky swear promise that she would be here for this time. So even though that promise was broken, it's for good reason. But the good news is we will see her here real soon in the district track meet.
Correct, because it will be held here. So if you're watching live or maybe even on a tape later on, just FYI, in a few weeks we'll be back right here and bringing you the district meet for the 6A district.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's going to be interesting as well. You know, when you talk about like Harlingen High and Weslaco, both on the boys' side and the girls' side, always very competitive. And we'll have Los Fresnos here, we'll have San Benito here, and then we'll have the Brownsville schools here.
Right.
So Brownsville Hanna and Brownsville Rivera.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun as well. But the good thing for if you're Harlingen, your athletes get a little exposed to the track here. For some that are maybe seniors and juniors that maybe were here last year are a little familiar with it, but maybe the newcomers, they'll see what the track is like. And then of course Wasco High, practicing here every day, you know, they're used to it, and you know, going up against competition, you make whatever adjustments you need to make in preparation for district.
You know, Mike, I got to tip my hat to you. I don't know if you took any meteorology classes during your journalism schooling over at UTPA, because that was what it was back then, right?
Yeah.
It was still UTPA. But you were spot on with the weather report. The winds are coming out of the north-northwest at 13 miles an hour.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're also expecting a cold front, so the winds should be shifting at some point today.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm actually the front. I saw the weather report
Right.
this morning, and they said it was going to come later on this
Tonight,
evening,
right.
or perhaps around midnight or 1 in the morning. But the wind already kind of blowing. It's kind of more from the north to the south, you see. But you
Right.
see it kind of shifting a little bit, like if it's blowing kind of northwest, right?
Northwest, right, yeah.
So, but to answer your question, I did take a course in my freshman year, but I started school at Sam Houston State University, and I took what was called weather and climate. And so I think that paid off just a little bit.
It's coming to play to here today. Well, it looks like they've got all the runners on the track already for the first event of the afternoon, the 4x100 meters, and it'll be the girls to get things started. The girls have their blocks, and all the stations have checked in that they've got their girls ready at each of the exchange marks, and so now they are just moments away from getting started. The 4x100 meter girls, and we'll go ahead and give you the lane assignment once again in case you're just tuning in. Lane 1, Donna High School. Lane 2 at Cauchelsa. Lane 3, Westaco East. Lane 4, Westaco High. Lane 5, Harlingen High. Lane 6, Mercedes. And Lane 7, Donna North. And again, as we mentioned just a little while ago, Westaco High and Harlingen High coming in with the better 2 times of the teams that are participating today. So those are 2 teams to watch out for. Both running sub-50s this year so far. Everybody else is just above the 50-second mark. But again, we anticipate every team will be improving week in and week out. So we may have a couple of other teams that'll run sub-50s here this afternoon. And again, as Mike mentioned, the wind coming out of the north. So it's going to be fun to watch the anchor legs come in with a little wind at their back.
So actually, the second and third runners are the ones that are going to kind of be going against the wind, correct?
Right.
So, you know, I'm sure they're aware of that.
Yeah, the first one will start as soon as they get to about the 75-meter mark. They'll start to get a little bit of a headwind, and then the third leg, 75-meter mark, they'll get a bit of a tailwind. So they'll get to enjoy the best of both worlds.
And I could only imagine what they're thinking about right now, just to get started. Them kind of looking. Some of them are kind of moving their arms. Harlingen in what, lane 5. Just kind of keep staying warm a little bit. And I could only think, compare it to maybe a football game, you know, when the officials have to blow the whistle. He just wants to kick the ball, but he has to wait for the official to blow the whistle. until that official blows a whistle. That's kind of what we're dealing with right now. The runners are just kind of looking like, okay, when are we going? Are we ready yet? This and that. We got to keep ourselves warm. We got to line up. And
yeah, trying to stay loose. You know, that the last thing you want to do is get any bit of tightness, especially after warming up and stretching. You know, because you know these young ladies, these young men, you know, they run with a lot of power, a lot of speed, and you know, there's that all hated hamstring pull,
right?
You know, that could occur really quick. And so, you know, as you mentioned, they're trying to just stay loose and just make sure that they're not gonna get any cold or cool down a little bit while they wait,
especially in a sport like track and field, where you're giving it all 100% into an event and then you stop, versus like basketball or football where you're just constantly running. You're just constantly running except for a timeout. And in track and field, it is very important that you got to stay loose and stay warmed up here, because yeah, you run an event and then there's like a gap.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what they're trying to do here.
Yeah, and you can see in the exchange zones, the girls over there, you know, stretching out and kicking up their knees, making sure they're loose. And a couple of them have you know, just practiced their starts once again, because you get out of that block, and of course the exchange zones, they don't have blocks, but you just explode out of your stance, and so that's just a real big strain on your muscles immediately.
Yeah. What about mentally? I'm sure mentally, though, you have to stay focused, right? You already kind of thinking about the race a little bit, and you already have it strategize what direction you want to go. But when you have a delay like this, you know, how do you stay focused? I bet that's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge in any sport. I know you mentioned some sports a little while ago. So anytime you got a delay, and you used the kicker little reference right now, that's why a lot of coaches ice the kickers.
Yeah, it's on a field goal, game-winning field goal.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, you're absolutely right, Mike. And as you can see, I don't know where our cameras are at. They're at the beginning, but we've got a view of the whole stadium here, and we're looking at the exchange zone. You can see the girls, you know, just practicing their takeoffs, because they don't want to get cold. They want to make sure, because even once the race starts, there's still a 10-second delay for them till they get that baton. First exchange, and about 22 seconds later, it'll come to the third exchange, and then about the 45-second mark, it'll come out to the anchor leg. So almost a minute after it starts is when they get the baton and ready to go. So looks like we are getting the signals that everything is ready to get going. I know there had been a little bit of a delay there for whatever reason, but the starter is making his way up to his platform. So again, lane 1, Donna High School. Lane 2, Ed Chelsea. Lane 3, Westaco East. Lane 4, Westaco High. Lane 5, Harlingen. Lane 6 is going to be Mercedes. And in lane 7, Donna North. So the starter has checked his gun, and it works.
We are ready to begin.
That's a test.
Yeah.
So I think we're officially ready to go.
And
you see the white flag go up.
Yep. So that means that it's not green, but yeah, we are ready to get started. As we mentioned just a little while ago, the girls had been anxiously anticipating this start, and once again, the record for this event set by Westaco High School last year, 49.89. So the girls are in their blocks for the 4x100 meter relay. You can see on your screen in the bottom right the 49.89. That is the record set last year by Westaco High School. And it's a good, clean start. Harlingen making up the stagger quickly. And in lane 1, that is Anana Tamplaco. And they exchange first. Good exchange. Westaco looked like they struggled a little bit, but second leg for Westaco, Mariah Oliver making up some move. But look at Westaco East in lane 3, and that is Valeria Juarez, multi-sport athlete there, and she gives the baton off to Judith Gomez. So Westaco High, Harlingen High, Westaco East all doing battle here. And the anchor for Westaco High School is going to be Andrea Torres. And here she comes down the home stretch, way out in front of everybody. The exchange was close, but she has made it look so easy. Andrea Torres grabbed that baton to anchor the Westlaco High team, and she took off with it.
Yeah, great job there by the anchor, kind of pulling away, but Alessandra Torres is I think the key to this race on that exchange between the second and the third. She was able to kind of catch up and then take a pretty good lead there. And then it was a nice clean exchange to Torres there, to Andrea Torres there. And she just finished off really, really strong there by at least, what would you say, Joel, 30 meters perhaps, or 20 meters?
Yeah, maybe like 20, but she really did a great job once she got that baton and just ran away with it. So it's going to be Westlaco High for sure winning this one, and then of course Harlingen and Westlaco East right there in second and third. Next up are the boys 4x100 meter relay. It's going to be in lane 2 Donna North, lane 3 Westlaco High School, lane 4 Harlingen High School, lane 5 Westlaco East, lane 6 Ed Calchelsa, lane 7 is going to be Mercedes High School. This record has stood since 1996. 42-81, a team from Harlingen South.
Wow, that's pretty far back, Joe.
Yep.
That's last century.
Yes, it was. But 42-8, that is a very good time. Anything sub 43 is really good. Low 43s is normally what we see a lot. So Donna North will have Jaime Arciniaga, Alan Cordero, Prince Johnson, Casey High. Westlaco High School, Andres Sepulveda, Andres Valdez, Bo Cuellar, Marcus Cano. Harlingen High School, Matthew Ramos, Andreas Dior, Steven Venegas, and David Ramos. Westlaco East, Margarito Pompa, Nathaniel J. Herrera, Jose Bruno, and Gregorio Granados. Ed Couch Elsa, Alex Rodriguez, Elijah Trevino, Nathan Amaya, Raul Zamora. Mercedes, Gilbert Santiago, Justin Davila, Ethan Ramirez, and Robert Sanchez. Again, Donna North in lane 2, Westlaco High lane 3, Harlingen High lane 4, Westlaco East lane 5, Ed Calchelsa lane 6, and Mercedes lane 7.
And according to the RGV track and field rankings, Harlingen High has the third best time in the Rio Grande Valley so far this year, and that's a 43.43 time also at the Judson Relays here. So they have the best time in this meet so far. And I got the results real quick. I don't know if we have a minute here.
We do.
Of the girls 4x100 meter relay. In fourth place was Harlingen High School. In third place was Westlaco East. Second place, Mercedes High School. And your first place winner with a time of 51:04 is Westlaco High School.
So Mercedes at Anchor Lake, Jamie Flores, and that's a name we're going to hear a lot today. She really came up strong then and really took over that race for the Mercedes Lady Tigers.
Yeah, they ran a good race as well. Yeah, good point there.
Right, and I was blocked from the final few meters because of the bar that is there, but we will go back to the track as again we've got the young men on the track ready to go. Lane 2 Donna North, lane 3 Westlaco High, lane 4 Harlingen High, lane 5 Westlaco East, lane 6 Ed Calchelsa, and lane 7 is Mercedes. So Harlingen, Mercedes, Westlaco East, and Westlaco High teams to watch out for here. So Harlingen High, Westlaco East, there you got a opening from Andres Sepulveda doing a really good, I'm sorry, that's Westlaco High. Margarito Pompa did a really good job giving his man a good lead there. So Westlaco East doing well. Here comes Harlingen High. And the exchange, they are spot on tied, Harlingen High and Westlaco East. And here comes Westlaco on the third lane doing a really good job catching up, and that's Bo Cuellar. And the exchange, Harlingen High, Westlaco High, Westlaco East. Westlaco East anchor doing a good job catching up. Harlingen High is going to take it, and it'll be Westlaco East and then Westlaco High Westaco East anchor Greg Granados doing a great job. And was he a defensive back or a linebacker?
I think he was a defensive back. I think he might have played both actually.
Right? Yeah.
I think they kind of moved him around there, but you saw why, because of his athleticism there. Great job there. But look at the exchange there, nice and clean between Harlingen and Westlaco. I thought Westlaco High would maybe have a chance here, but what a great run there by Granados there, just keeping up with the two top runners there, and finished looks like a solid second perhaps. I think he did beat out the Westlaco High runner. So a great race for those three schools right there.
Yeah, Westlaco High anchor Marcus Cano did a really good job. That was a tight race. The anchor for Harlingen High, David Ramos, got the baton and just held on to that lead. But as you mentioned, Mike, Westlaco East and Westlaco High, they were closing that gap quickly.
Yeah, and bulk way out of there on that turnaround there on the third runner. Did a great job there catching up with the Harlingen there.
Yes.
And so just a great race by the three schools overall there.
We're going to go on next to the 800-meter run girls division. Dea Martinez, Westlaco East. Brianna Venegas, Harlingen High. Amory Ebarb, Westlaco High. Destiny Duran, Harlingen High. Gabriela Quintanilla, Westlaco East. Bailey Peña, Westlaco East. Jenna Peña, Westlaco High. Loreca Flores, Harlingen High. Jackie Gonzalez, Dana North. Alexa Galvan, Progreso. Zoe Cepeda, Edcow Chelsea. Angela Soto, Dana High School. Sofia Torres, Mercedes. Stephanie Cano, Mercedes. Emily Ortiz, Dana North. Riley Martinez, Edcow Chelsea. Leila Vallejo, Westlaco High. Gabriela Ramirez, Progreso High. And Olivia Martinez, Edcow Elsa. And this record is held by Amity Ebarb, currently running for the University of Texas Lady Longhorns. Set back in 2019, a time of 2:14.42, and her younger sister Amory Ebarb is running in this race.
Boy, does time fly or what? That seems like just last year or the year before. And that was, what, 5 years ago now. So that just goes to show.
And they are off. Good, clean start in the girls' 800-meter run. As we mentioned, a lot of girls from Westlaco High, Westlaco East, Harlingen, and Donna North and Progreso and Mercedes running in this event. And once they get past the more or less 100-meter, they stagger. They can jump in. And we've got a couple of Westlaco runners out in front, along with a young lady from Harlingen High. And it looks like Amory Ebarb is going to set the pace here as she is deciding to get out in front of everybody. Brianna Venegas is right on her heels.
And according to the track and field rankings, Dea Martinez has the best run so far this year at 2:23.63, and that was set at the HCISD relays over there in Harlingen.
And you mentioned Dea, she's starting to make a move. She's already passed the young lady from Harlingen and is coming up on Ebarb. So here she comes, making a move right there.
So the 800 is 2 laps.
Right,
so
2 laps.
You get through your first lap, and then you really go after it in that second lap here.
So as you mentioned, Dea Martinez with the best time so far, and she's right on the heels of Ebarb, and just letting herself just follow her. And of course, the young lady that we just mentioned her name from Harlingen High, Brianna Venegas. And so they begin to separate themselves from the pack. Tia Martinez, Brianna Venegas, and Amory Ebarb. They have the 3 best times coming into tonight's meet. And so you can see why, as they are now right around the 150-meter mark. So somebody's going to start making a move here, and it looks like Venegas on the outside is starting to make a move, getting out to the front, and Martinez right behind her as they overtake Ebarb. Now just beyond the 200 meters. And here comes Martinez on the outside, going to try to overtake Venegas right here on the turn as they come down the home stretch, right around the 110 meters. And here they hit the home stretch of 100 meters. Venegas and Martinez. And this is going to be a race to the finish. And here comes Martinez. She has taken over Venegas, and she's going to cruise into victory here and grab the gold for Westlaco East, followed by Venegas and Ebarb trying to hang on to third, and may not have.
Yeah, at the very last second, there was a young lady from Harlingen that looked like might have passed her there. We see the runners crossing the finish line there, but great job there by Martinez, especially the last 90 meters or so is where she really turned up the gears a little bit by a few notches and just really ran away with this race there. But yeah, a great job there by Martinez as she came in 6th overall in the Rio Grande Valley. And, you know, she did what she had to do to win this race. But very competitive. Very competitive all around.
Good run there. You know, she came around about the 600-meter mark and got herself positioned. And then as she continued, just maneuvered her way up. And right here, as you mentioned, the last 90 meters, decided to overtake Venegas. And after that, it was all smooth sailing for her as she just had her eye on the finish line. And as you could see through the replay, she kept on looking at the jumbo, trying to see if Venegas was trying to make a move on her.
Yeah, and like I just kind of wonder if she kind of picked a spot in the track to say, okay, this is where I'm going to turn it up. You know, we see a few spots down there in the track, like some yellow with the triangles.
Right.
And, you know, she probably thought in her mind, when I hit this spot is where I'm going to turn up the boost a little bit, a few notches, and that's what she did. And, you know, great job, great run.
Now it is the boys' 800-meter run. Ariano Gonzalez of Wesco East. Ubaldo III from Harlingen High. Jose Leobardo Carrizales from Wesco East. Oscar Leal, Dana High School. Ramiro Lozoya, Mercedes High School. Kyle Tratham of Edcal Chelsea. Ryan Dandrum from Harlingen High School. Draven Blake from Wesco High School. Kevin Antonio Jimenez from Dana High School. Emilio Flores from Edcal Chelsea. Giovanni Bravo, Dana North. Ryan Trevino, Mercedes High School. Michael Fuentes, Wesco High School. Eduardo Gallegos, Dana North. Martín Villarreal, Progreso. Ezequiel Ibarra, Progreso. Cade Lopez, Wesco High School. And those are the competitors for today.
The top two runners, Adriano Gonzalez and Ubaldo III, they're ranked 5th and 6th in the valley right now in this event, so that's going to be pretty competitive. And then we see Carrizales, the other Wesco East runner, not too far behind, coming in with a 2:01.50.
Yeah, Wesco East has done really well over the last couple of years in their distance, cross country, and now middle distance here. So we'll see what happens as they are already on the track, ready to get this one going.
As a matter of fact, Joe, Wesco East boys, they won one meet this year, and that was at the PSGA meet relays over there. And they've competed in about 5 meets. This would be the 6th. And I know they've done very well in district. As a matter of fact, I think they won district last year.
Yes, they did.
They won district last year, and I think they tied for the area championship. So I know with the pandemic, Coach Owens had to kind of rebuild the program a little bit, but they're right there. And I know they're looking forward to this meet, but they're preparing for the big one. The district meet this year is going to take place at Bogus Stadium in Harlingen.
So little delay, so the guys are going to get their starts right now.
And while we have a few moments, I'll read out the results of the boys 4x100 meter relay. In 4th place was Edcal Chelsea. In 3rd place was Wesco High School. In 2nd place was Wesco East. And your 1st place winner with a time of 44.33 was Harlingen High School.
That was a really good run race. Very competitive all the way through the end. I enjoyed watching that one, as I did the 800-meter girls just a few seconds ago. And now the boys are back on the track. Well, they never left it, but they were just keeping themselves warm, as we talked a little while ago about just staying loose. And as you can see with the camera shot right there at the start line, a lot of these young men still, you know, making sure they're stretched because there's a little delay. See over there, Michael Fuentes picking up his knees all the way, and Cade Lopez making sure his hammies and his quads are stretched. Cade, of course, one of those young men that is a multi-sport athlete. We just saw him a lot in basketball.
And we see the young man from Harlingen wearing a head bandana there. I didn't know that was legal, but that's okay. I mean, just give you a little motivation, I think. Oh, we see. Yeah, that's over the forehead. Yeah, everybody has their style.
He's got his shades.
Yeah, he's got his shades. Did you wear any of that gear when you ran track?
No.
Your glasses, perhaps?
No, I didn't wear glasses either.
You just wore the shoes, right? The spikes.
Yeah, I just wore the spikes.
And your uniform.
And my uniform. There we go. Good clean start for the 800-meter boys.
800-meter run.
As we mentioned, you know, you can see the cones on the track. Those people that started on the upper side cannot come into the first lane until after the 110-ish meter mark, once they come out of the curb. And so here we've got a Westlaco East runner, and that's going to be Adriano Gonzalez, going to set the tempo. And my guess is that's Ubaldo III right on his heels, as those are the two best times coming into today's race.
Yeah, Adriano, I believe, was a member of the cross-country meet team as well, and they did very well this past season.
Yeah, they've done well the last 2, maybe even 3 seasons. So here they come. The first lap, is going to be under about a minute is where they're going to be at, 58 seconds. So a good split there for the boys. About 58 seconds on the first lap, and it looks like Gonzalez and the third are setting the tempo here. A couple of guys from Mercedes coming up in third and about 5th place, and the rest of the pack is behind them. But this is going to be all Gonzalez and the third. Looks like Ramiro Lozoya of Mercedes in 3rd place right now. So they are coming up at about the 200-meter mark, and it's still Gonzalez out in front. He has been the pace setter in this one since the get-go, and he's beginning to open it up. And I don't think they're going to be able to catch him, because he is just beginning to turn it on. He is finishing strong. Adriano Gonzalez is going to be the boys' winner of the 800-meter run, followed by Ubaldo III. And it's going to be, looks like Kyle Tratham of Ed Couch Elsa, as he was coming on strong there and overtook Ramiro Lozoya.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that the young man from Ed Couch Elsa with a great job there coming, you know, the last 100 meters or so, finishing strong there and finishing among the top there. But Adriano Gonzalez dominating the race from the get-go, and really pulled himself away in the last 200 meters or so. You see that replay right there, just kind of in control there, no problem there. Excellent breathing, excellent moving the arms and the legs, a nice rhythm. And you see the Harlingen runner back there, the third, just trying to catch up with him, just can't there. But a nice race, though, finishing a strong second there.
Yeah, he just didn't have enough, because as we mentioned, Gonzalez, as you alluded to right now, once he got around that curb, he just began to pick up the pace. And once he hit the final 100 meters, he was just going into overdrive. And so he just began to separate himself from everybody else, and in this case it was just Ubaldo III who was in second. But a good job there by Gonzalez to finish first for Westlaco East, and we'll get all those finals slots and times in just a little bit. But our next event is the hurdles. As you can tell by the camera, the hurdles are being set on the track, and it's going to be the girls 100-meter hurdles. And the participants for the girls division in lane 1 from Harlingen, Elena Roquette. Lane 2 from Ed Couch Elsa, Addison Gonzalez. Lane 3 from Harlingen, Riley Garcia. Lane 4 from Mercedes, Isabella Parker. Lane 5, Jaylyn Garcia from Westlaco High School. Lane 6, Emma Rodriguez from Westlaco High School. Lane 7, Adriana Bercel from Dana High School. And in lane 8, Lorena Cerda from Progreso High School. The record holder in this event is Cassandra Larios of Harlingen South, set back in 2008, a time of 14.4. And I don't think that this group here is going to be able to break that record. But there is a young lady that we don't have a time for in this event by the name of Elena Roquette out of Harlingen. And she is one to watch because she is the current record holder of the 300-meter hurdles.
Yeah,
so if there's somebody to watch, it would be her.
Yeah, sometimes a runner that comes in with a no time are the dangerous ones here. So this would be a case right here. But anyway, we have the results of the girls' 800-meter run. In fourth place was Amari Ibar out of Wesco. In third place is Destiny Duran out of Harlingen. In second place is Brianna Venegas out of Harlingen. And your first place winner with a time of 2:24.10 was Thea Martinez out of Wesco East.
Great job there by Thea Martinez, bringing home the gold for the Lady Wildcats. As we mentioned, Elena Roquette, I don't think she's even going to run in this event, Mike, because there's lane 1 is empty. As the girls are setting up the blocks to meet their needs.
Lane assignments, lane 1 Harlingen, lane 2 Edcal-Kelso, lane
so it doesn't look like we're going to have Roquette here running in this event.
Mercedes,
Oh yes, there she goes. Finally made her way onto the track. So she will be on there. So she would be one to watch, even though we don't have a time for her. She does hold the record in the 300-meter hurdles, which she set last year. So the hurdles have been set on the track. So we're just moments away from the 100-meter hurdles girls division. And they'll be running with the wind, Mike. As you mentioned earlier, that wind blowing from the north, so they'll have the wind at their back a little bit. Not blowing too hard, but still, it's not in their face.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say we've had meets or invitationals where they kind of go with the direction the wind is blowing. So in this case, it's blowing from the north to the south. So they have the hurdles here on the west side of the track. But I think we've also covered meets where they're on the opposite side, correct?
They have when it's been really blistering wind. There have been some changes.
Yeah.
If we could have the boys 800-meter top 3 runners.
And I have the results of the boys' 800-meter run. In fourth place was Ramiro Lozoya out of Mercedes. In third place was Kyle Trentham out of Edcal-Kelso. In second place was Ubaldo III out of Harlingen High School. And your first place winner with a time of 2:00.57 is Adriano Gonzalez out of Wesco East. Congratulations.
Great run there by Gonzalez, as we just got to watch that one. Well, the girls are in their lanes and they are getting ready to get started as the starter has called them to the blocks. Set and a good clean start, and it's Roquette in lane 1 with the early lead, followed by Isabella Parker. Roquette and Parker all alone out in front. Roquette will finish first. Parker will finish second. And as we mentioned, that was the one to watch here in this event.
Yeah, from the get-go, she pretty much dominated the race, and there in lane 1, just a nice clean jump over the hurdles there without no problem whatsoever. And I was very impressed that she has good size, a good, strong young lady there. And yeah, she dominated the whole race pretty much. But that's what you want. Nice rhythm, nice clean jumps over the hurdles there. You just kind of go like 1, 2, 3, jump, 1, 2, 3, jump.
That's what I was counting. She goes with a 4-step.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was keeping that same right leg going over the hurdles. Yeah, and as you mentioned, Mike, they do have a rhythm. A lot of them do the 3, 1, 2, 3, and they alternate their legs as they go over the hurdles. And you'll see the better boys doing that. They'll you know, when you got those taller hurdlers, they will do that. They will do 1, 2, 3, jump, 1, 2, 3, jump, 1, 2, 3, jump. Here, you know, I was looking at that, and Roquette was using a 4-step method.
I see.
So she was hurdling with her right leg, going over each and every hurdle. But again, it was Harlingen High and Mercedes dominating that one. As we mentioned, Isabella Parker seemed to have had second, barring any disqualifications for whatever reason. Well, the boys' hurdles are being adjusted, and of course, as we all know this. It's going to be 110 meters. And they do raise the hurdle height for the boys. So let's go and give you those that will be competing in this event. We do have 2 heats in the boys 100-meter hurdles, unless they are going to combine them because somebody didn't show up. But according to what we've got 3 competitors in the first. But as we mentioned, sometimes they do combine them, and it's going to be difficult for us to know because we don't get a updated sheet on the participants. But I'll go ahead and list the names of the participants that we have. Andres Gomez from Dana North, Derek Bocanegra from Westaco East, Isaiah Camarillo of Harlingen High School, Ramsey Castañeda of Mercedes, Isaiah Espinosa of Westaco East, Jonathan Munoz of Westaco East, Noah Huerta of Harlingen, Dallas Zuniga of Dana High School, Nestor Rodriguez, Harlingen High School, Jesus Sanchez, Mercedes, and Ray Lopez of Mercedes.
Lane 2, Westaco East.
So you mentioned, Joe, that the race between the boys and the girls goes from 100 to 110. The hurdles, they raise them. They raise them as well, right?
Right.
They raise them by how much?
It's about 4 inches.
4 inches,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and the record in this one is held by a name that's very familiar here in the Rio Grande Valley, Vince Castillo of Dana High School. Back in 2014 with a time of 14:69. He went on to compete, and I want to say he captured gold at state. And then, of course, he ran collegiately as well. And if I'm not mistaken, he now serves as a state trooper for the Texas State Department of Public Safety.
Yeah, you love to hear stories like that. I remember that young man very well. I interviewed him a number of times. I mean, because he was competing since like his freshman year, maybe his sophomore, freshman year.
He all 4 years.
He was already running at a very high level as a young freshman and a young sophomore, and set records, I mean, including here at the Jimmy Platt. And I believe he ran at Mississippi State.
Yes.
Is where he ran and did very well there. And it's good to know that he's doing well for himself. I mean, great young man, and I knew he was going to do some great things.
So again, as we mentioned, looks like they may have combined because, as we always know, there are people that, have injuries, so they won't run, or they just decide that they are going to run at a different meet and not this one for whatever reason. And so Mercedes, lane 1, East in lane 2 and 3, Harlingen lane 4, Donna lane 5, Progreso lane 6, Harlingen lane 7, Mercedes lane 8. So we only have one Donna competitor, that's Dallas Zuniga, so I'm guessing he's going to stay in 5. We've got 2 Westaco East gentlemen, and I'm going to have to guess that that's going to be Isaiah Espinosa and Jonathan Munoz. Westaco High does not have someone competing. Set, and they are off. Good clean start. Zuniga and Harlingen, Noah Huerta. Huerta has now opened up the lead, and he is out in front. And it looks like it's going to be Harlingen and Harlingen. And, of course, Dallas Zuniga from Donna. So a couple of guys from Harlingen and Donna. 1, 2, and 3 is what that looked like.
100-meter dash, girls and boys.
Yeah, Huerta looked like he had control of the race, but the other young man, Rodriguez, in lane 6, kind of towards the end, made a good run at it. You see the replay there, nice. A few of them had to, kind of tripped over the hurdles there, but thankfully that they were able to continue. But nice clean race. But you see that young man in lane 6, Nestor Rodriguez there. A nice ending there, making it interesting. So we'll get the results.
Jonathan Munoz from Westaco East came on strong there at the end as well. So he might be up there as well. But again, one of the things there with Harlingen, Noah Huerta, we did see him hit a hurdle. And when that happens, I don't know if you saw the stutter step. So that will delay you just a little bit. So that is the 110-meter hurdles for the boys. And now we are going to get the speed demons on the track, the 100-meter girls and 100-meter boys. For the girls, I believe we've got 2 divisions. No, we've got 3 divisions that'll be running. It'll be the first section is going to be Alexa Canales Esparza from Donna North, Leila Cerda, Harlingen High, Jacqueline Medina, Edcal Chelsea, America Valdez, Westco East, Ariana Vega, Donna High School, Sarah Sanusi, Harlingen High School, Jaslyn Gonzalez from Progreso. That's going to be section 1. Section 2. In case you got someone running, you can keep an eye out for them. Section 2 will be Veronica Cuellar of Donna North, Emmy Capetillo from Progreso, Anaya Gomez, Donna North, Madison Reyes, Westaco High School, Melina Calvillo from Donna High, Maria Blanco, Progreso, Chloe Belcher, Mercedes, Araceli Nunez from Couch Elsa. And the final section is going to have Tamara Leal at Couch Elsa, Amanda Mares, Harlingen High School, Andrea Torres, Westlaco, Sadie Romero, Westlaco High School, Jamie Flores, Mercedes High School, Kenzie Rodriguez, Mercedes High School, Ariana Sustaita, Westlaco East, and Elena Espinosa, Westlaco East.
Next up is
So that third one is going to be packed with talent. Sadie Romero is a name that we've called out many times here. Remember her running really well last year, Westco High School. And of course, as we mentioned a little while ago, that relay team anchored by Jamie Flores, where she came on strong, and she'll be in that race as well. So, and then of course, Andrea Torres, the anchor leg for Westlaco High School as well. So 2 ladies from Westlaco High School running in the third and final section, along with Jamie Flores from Mercedes. So all those young ladies run sub 1,300 meters, so that's going to be a good race.
Yeah, not sure if you read out the record, but it's held by Faith Franklin from Harlingen High School from a couple of years ago. But I got the results of the girls' 100-meter hurdles. In 4th place was Jaylyn Garcia out of Westlaco.
Next up, we have
In 3rd place is Riley Garcia out of Harlingen. 2nd place is Isabella Parker out of Mercedes. And your first place winner with a time of 16.11 was Elena Roquette out of Harlingen High School. She had a time of 16.11, and the 2nd place was 17.35. So she dominated that race.
Want to send a big shout out to the girls softball from Westlaco High School assistant coach, his 8th grade class, Cruz Morales, watching from their classroom. So enjoying K-West at Westlaco ISD.
Well, spring break starts at about, 4 o'clock, I think, at middle school, 4:05, I think the bell rings. So, I mean, I think they're already on spring break mode, it's safe to say.
Well, my granddaughter was released early. 100 meters on their way, and it's a young lady from Harlingen High School, Sarah Sanusi, and she'll take it easily here with a good run. There is Sanusi, looking good from start to finish, and she's one of those, as you mentioned earlier, Mike, that had no time, that all of a sudden they come out here and just really make a name for themselves.
Yeah, she's wearing them shades and working very good, and good clean start there all the way. And going to see, we had 5 runners in this particular race, and so great job there.
And America Valdez from Westlaco East trying to keep stride with her, and comes in there in 3rd here. So good job there by America Valdez from Westlaco East, but looked like Leila Cerda from Harlingen High, 2nd place there. But a good job by Sansui for Harlingen in the first section. In the second section, let's go ahead and remind you who is in that one. Down north in lane 1, Veronica Cuellar. Lane 2, Emmy Capetillo from Progreso. Lane 3, Anaya Gomez from Donna North. Lane 4, Madison Reyes from Westlaco High School. Lane 5, Melina Calvillo from Donna High School. Lane 6, Maria Blanco, Progreso. Lane 7, Chloe Belcher from Mercedes. And in lane 8, Araceli Nunez from Ed Couch Elsa.
And while we have a few moments, I have the boys' 110-meter hurdles results. In 4th place was Jonathan Munoz out of Westlaco East. 3rd place is Dallas Zuniga out of Donna. 2nd place is Nestor Rodriguez out of Harlingen High School. And your first place winner with a time of 16.99 is Noah Huerta out of Harlingen High School.
So he hung on even after that little miscue there on like the third or fourth hurdle. Not sure which one it was. We talked about that, you and I did, Mike, that he grazed over that hurdle, touched it a little bit, and he did stutter as he came to the ground. So may have knocked him off balance a little bit, but still ran a good race, hung on strong to finish and get gold.
And then the other runner we were talking about was Nestor Rodriguez,
right,
who was
Harlingen.
in lane 6.
Right.
And he was at about, what, 4th place, I think. But the last 15, 20 meters really turned it up and finished a strong 2nd place.
So good job there by those two runners. So second section, or heat, as some do call it, here at the Billy Platt Invitational for the girls 100 meters. And they are off in lane 4. Madison Reyes from Westaco with a good start. And she is all alone and ain't nobody going to hang with her. What a good race run by Madison Reyes from Westaco High, start to finish, Mike.
Yeah.
She came out of them blocks hard, and she just set the tempo, and was nobody going to be able to keep up with her.
Yeah, you mentioned, Joe, I think the first 15, 20 meters of this race pretty much told you the story with that young lady there just dominating from the get-go, and a nice, strong run there, moving her feet and her arms. Great job there. Strong finish, putting the head down, and got a good time, I'm sure.
Yeah, and as you were watching there on the replay, you could see just how fixated and focused she was on that finish line. Her eyes were glued to the finish line. She was looking straight ahead, did not bother looking around, did not bother looking up.
And I'm sure Coach Pablo Marguer is watching her closely, and for a runner like her, it's all about setting a personal time record. That's what you want. You just want to improve on your times from earlier in the year, and make some progress.
Final heat, final section for the girls 100 meters. And again, we'll give you the lane assignments and runners in this one. Lane 1 from Edcal Chelsea, Tamara Leal. Lane 2, Harlingen High School, Amanda Mares. Lane 3, Westaco High School, Andrea Torres. Lane 4, Sadie Romero, also of Westaco High School. Lane 5, Jamie Flores of Mercedes. Lane 6, Kenzie Rodriguez of Mercedes as well. And then in lane 7 and 8, girls from Westaco East High School, Ariana Sustaita and Elena Espinosa. And again, as we mentioned, Sadie Romero, a name that we've called out in years past, comes in with the best time so far. But we got a couple of other runners that we saw earlier today. Andrea Torres, the anchor of the Westaco High School girls, did a great job there. And of course, also anchoring in the 4x1, but this one was for the Mercedes Girls Club. That is Jamie Flores. So lanes 3, 4, and 5 are going to be interesting to watch in this one, Mike.
And as a matter of fact, Joe, those 3 young ladies you mentioned are ranked in the top 10 in this event. Sadie with the 3rd best time overall.
Well, they've called them to the blocks. They are set. And that's a good, clean start. And in lane 2, Harlingen. But here comes Romero. Romero, after the first 10 meters, took on. And she took over. And she will finish first in this one. What a great job by Romero. Not the greatest of starts, as in lane 2 was Amanda Manes from Harlingen, who had a great start. But after about the 15-meter mark, Romero just took over. And there was no one that was going to be able to keep up with her. And here goes the replay.
I'm curious to see what caused her to start off slow there. But yeah, you mentioned, Joe, she just turned it up after about 20 meters or so and just dominated the race the rest of the way. And I mean, look at that. She won by a pretty good distance there.
And it looked like Flores finished 2nd and Mares 3rd and Torres 4th, at least from what we could tell. But again, a great race run there by Sadie Romero. Next is going to be the boys, and we've got 3 heats for the boys. Manuel Garcia from Progreso, David Herrera from Dana North, and Michael Rodriguez from Progreso, and Yahir Mata of Dana High School. They'll be in Section 1. Section 2, Marcus Cano of Westlaco, Jose Garza of Mercedes, Jose Molina of Dana North, David Hernandez of Progreso, Arturo Torres of Harlingen, Joel Valderas of Westlaco East, Angel Sanchez, Westlaco East, Juan Garza of Dana High School. And in the final heat, the final section, Moises de Leon of Edcal Chelsea, Bo Cuellar of Westlaco, Elijah Trevino of Edcal Chelsea, Xavier Rodriguez of Dana High School, John Garcia, Westlaco High School, Alex Rodriguez, Edcal Chelsea, Matthew Ramos, Harlingen High, David Ramos, Harlingen High as well. Mike, you talked about Bo Cuellar and his leg of the 4x100 meter earlier.
Yeah. He ran an impressive race earlier, and I'm looking at the records there, and back in 2021, a young man from Harlingen High School named Jose Garcia set the record with a time of 10:49. Yes, I was just about to ask you, is he the young man that I'm thinking about that was just so dominant in those runs that he dominated practically every track meet in the district, and I think he set a record up in Austin as well. I mean, he was just...
He won gold, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was a special individual.
And here comes the first section, the first heat. And it looks like it's going to be Progreso and Dana. Michael Rodriguez and Yahir Mata.
Heat 2 of 3.
So good job there by them. It'll be Marcus Cano from Westlaco High School in lane 1, Jose Garza of Mercedes in lane 2, Jose Molina Dana North lane 3, David Hernandez of Progreso lane 4, Arturo Torres of Harlingen High lane 5, Joel Valderas Westlaco East lane 6, Angel Sanchez lane 7 also of Westlaco East High School, and Juan Garza of Dana High School in lane 8. Bo Cuellar was the third leg of the Westlaco High sprint relay team. Marcus Cano was also on that club as well. He ran anchor leg, and we'll see him here in lane 1 of this second section.
Yeah, Marcus Cano, Joe, is a young sophomore. And he's actually making his debut this year at the varsity level. He was running at the JV level and ran very, very well. So Coach Cabrera giving him a shot here. And he said he did very well and feels like he's ready to run at the varsity level here. So only a sophomore. Keep an eye on him. He's probably a young man that perhaps will, maybe jump in on one of the relay teams. We'll see. But, he's giving him an opportunity here.
Well, as we mentioned, Marcus Cano was the anchor leg for the Westlaco sprint relay team, or 4x100 meter, and he comes in with no time in this event. So, as you've been mentioning, Mike, those are the guys to watch out for. So we'll see how he does here in the second section. So he's in lane 1. Westlaco East has Joel Valderas and Angel Sanchez in this one. Neither one of those ran on the 4x100 meter relay. A good clean start. And it's a young man from Progreso, David Hernandez. And he's going to run away with this one from start to finish. A good start and a good finish for that young man from Progreso, David Hernandez.
Mighty Red Ants there. Great job, great race there by the young man.
Serious face, and he kind of turned it down quickly and just turned around, and now is walking on the track. But here is the replay. As you can see, he slowly came up out of his blocks and just came out hard and finished strong.
Lane 6,
so good job there. Not sure where Cano finished, maybe third or fourth. But the final heat, the final section, Moses de Leon from Edcal Chelsea in lane 1, Bo Cuellar from Westlaco High in lane 2, Elijah Trevino, Edcal Chelsea, lane 3, Xavier Rodriguez of Dana in lane 4, In lane 5, John Garcia of Westlaco High School. Lane 6, Alex Rodriguez of Etcalcelsa. Lane 7, Matthew Ramos of Harlingen High. And in lane 8, David Ramos of Harlingen High.
You notice the time of 10:95 from Xavier Rodriguez. That's his seating time. He actually ran that at the Night of Columbus earlier in the year, and he's the top runner in the Rio Grande Valley this year, according to the standings and the rankings from the RGV track and field rankings. And Elijah Trevino from Etcalcelsa is also listed there, number 9 in the Rio Grande Valley, with his time of 11:39, which is also listed here. He ran that at the La Máquina meet.
Yeah, Donna did not have a 4x100 meter relay team in tonight's event, so not sure what is going on there, but they've got that guy running 10:9, so we'll see. Westlaco has 2 runners here. John Garcia, a name that we've heard before in years past, and of course Bo Cuellar, who ran in that 4x100 meter relay earlier. So,
and while we have a minute, I do have the results of the girls' 100 meter dash. In 4th place was Jamie Flores out of Mercedes. In 3rd place was Amanda Mares out of Harlingen. In 2nd place was Sara Sonusi out of Harlingen. And your 1st place winner with a time of 12:41 was Sari Romero out of Westlaco High School.
And we'll talk about that in just a little bit, Mike, because the boys are been called to the blocks. And again, the guy to watch here is that young man from Donna High School, Mike, that you said has put in a 10:95 already. Xavier Rodriguez. He gets a good clean start, and he's running away with this one. Garcia on his heels, but Garcia is not going to be able to overtake him. Donna and Westlaco, it is going to be 1st and 2nd, Javier Rodriguez and John Garcia. As we mentioned, John Garcia, a name that we've heard before here in Westlaco in years past. Good, strong runner. But here's the start. And this young man from Donna High School, it is Xavier Rodriguez, and he is going to finish in 1st.
And you see John Garcia doing everything he can there, even put his head down toward the end, but too much Xavier Rodriguez there. And I noticed, Joe, that when the gun sounded and they exploded off, he ran with his head down and just got off to a really good start. And then around the halfway mark of the race, kind of put his head back up and just used his arms and his legs and did a great job there and ran a great race.
You know, let's go back to the girls' 100-meter dash. You know, we talked about, you know, not we, you more than anything else. We were the one that pointed that out. The girls that come in with no time are the girls to watch out for. And Sarah Sanusi ran in that first heat in lane 6 and just dominated from the beginning to the end. And she ends up finishing 2nd.
Overall. Yeah, very, very impressive. So I wonder, because she didn't have a time, if maybe that was the first time this year that she's running this race. Sometimes that happens. And, you know, she did a great job.
So, again, Mike, good call on those no times. And, of course, the meet favorite event.
One of the most popular ones, that's for sure.
Exactly. And it is the big man relay. Big man, big woman relay, whatever you want to call it. They get all kinds of names. There's been a few other names that's been given throughout the years. And this is where a lot of your field event people get to come out and just enjoy themselves, because they're pretty much done after before 10 a.m.
Right.
11 a.m. They're done. And so they got nothing else going on. So there's a chance for them to come out and once again get a chance to just shine. And, you know, one of the things that they don't get a lot of is airtime, because, you know, we came out here after lunch and we've been doing the same thing after lunch, and they just, you know, they run these events in the morning.
And you know what, Joe? I mean, while we have a few minutes, maybe I can disclose a few of the field events from this morning.
Yeah,
we got the results. Yeah, so this morning on the girls' discus throw, in 4th place was Talia Luhurst out of Harlingen High School. And in 3rd place is
And your winner in the boys 100-meter
Help me out there, Joe. Elena Gonzalez out of Mercedes High School. Second place is Lauren de la Garza out of Donna. Your first place winner with a throw of 132.07 was Kaylee Trantham out of Ed Couch Elsa. And on the boys discus throw, fourth place was David Hinojosa out of Ed Couch Elsa. Third place was Matthew Perez out of Mercedes High School. Second place was Rigo Regalado out of Donna North. And your first place winner with a throw of 148.02.50 is Jacob Ortiz out of Harlingen High School. Do we have a moment for another one? We could do the girls' high jump real quick.
Yes.
Fourth place was Giovanna Perami out of Harlingen High School. Third place was Isabella Parker out of Mercedes. Second place is Jaylyn Garcia out of Westlaco. And your first place winner with a jump of 408.00 was Miranda Guerrero out of Eka Chelsea. And on the boys' high jump,
Next up, we have the
it's
boys
Alan Cordero out of Donna North in fourth place.
flying projectile 400-meter relay.
Jazian
Moore out of Harlingen High School was your third place winner. Second place was Michael Vela out of Westlaco. And your first place winner with a jump of 602.00 was Jake Ramirez out of Wesco High School. If you remember, he played basketball
Yes. What was his
Judge
jump?
one, are we
for 602. Is
Nice.
what they have. So that's pretty good there. On the girls' long jump, they just have let's see. Well, yeah, they do have four girls. Mariah Oliver out of Wesco High School was in fourth place. Elena Raquette out of Harlingen was in third place. Second place was Sofia Pesina out of Progreso. And your first place winner with a jump of a 1601.50 was Maya Pugh out of Wesco High School.
Nice. Getting ready. We'll call this the strong man, strong woman run. Because it looks like they are all the discus and shot putters. And this is always fun to watch because I don't remember who Nate Newton tracked down in one of the Dallas Cowboy football games, but you always have those big, strong people that some of them just can fly.
And I'm sure you've heard this story, Joe, but when Jimmy Johnson was the head coach with the Dallas Cowboys, they had a drill where he would run with the linemen, and he would challenge them to run faster than him. And that helped the linemen that are just big and strong also get some speed and quickness there. And if you remember Jimmy Johnson, his strategy, his philosophy was speed and quickness. And
Right.
Nate Newton, who at one time was called the kitchen, weighed about 400 pounds, was able to drop to about maybe 330, 320. Whereas he was not only big and strong, but he was fast enough. And if you remember, they also used him to pull.
Right.
Playing the guard position, they used him to pull on some of those lead draw plays. In the famous Super Bowl drive that Emmitt Smith had against Buffalo, where they ran the same play and Nate Newton was pulling. Those little things do pay off, Joe.
Here we go. We are off 4x100 meter strong man, strong woman run. And it looks like it's Donna out in front.
Looks like Donna.
Donna with a good, clean exchange. And they still are in front. Harlingen, Mercedes, Donna North. Looks like Harlingen is beginning to make a move, making up the stagger on Mercedes, but it's still Donna out in front. They got to slow down for the exchange. There we go. And it looks like Harlingen is taking over first place. Harlingen up in front of Donna.
Look at Donna go, though. The final exchange.
And they come out of their lanes. I'm not sure how they're going to call that one. But it looks like it's Harlingen and Donna. Here comes Donna trying to catch up. It doesn't look like they're going to catch up to Donna. And it's Donna North followed by Mercedes. So Harlingen, Donna, Donna North, Mercedes. That is going to bring a lot of smiles to a lot of people's faces, unless you're just running the anchor leg because you got to catch your wind first.
You know what I wonder? I wonder if they even practice this leading up to the event. They just kind of come out and do it. You can kind of tell there's some rustiness there, like no chemistry in the exchange of the batons there. But I'm sure they had a great time participating, and that's what it's all about, having a great time.
Absolutely. That is what it's all about. Give them a chance to come out and just have some fun after sitting around all morning long or midday long, probably, enjoying some lunch or whatnot.
If you ask me, I think they should all get a medal.
Right.
They should all get a nice medal to take home and keep it as a special memory. And come out and say, hey, I can run too. Yes, I can throw, I can jump, but I can also run.
That's right. And we go back to the girls' action. It's going to be a 4x200 meter relay. Donna North in lane 1. They'll have Ruby Rodriguez getting things going. Then to Maria Morales, Angelina Mazzini, and Mia Vasquez. Lane 2 at Cauchelsa, Jacqueline Medina, Tamara Leal, Fabiola Hernandez, and Jocelyn Cortez. Lane 3, Mercedes, Hayden Ledesma, Isabella Molina, Marisa Ramirez, Kenzie Rodriguez. Lane 4 is Harlingen, Rachel Archibald, Liliana Cerda, Sarah Sanusi, Ava Moro will anchor. Lane 5, Westaco High School, Andrea Torres, Mariah Oliver, Alessandra Torres, Mia Desiga. Lane 6, Westaco East High School, Azaria Rivens, Judith Gomez, Elena Espinosa, and Adriana Sustaita. In lane 7 is going to be Dana High School, Victoria Lopez, Melina Calvillo, Jalen Garza, and Brittany Garcia. Those are the participants in the 4x200 meter relay girls division.
And Harlingen and Westaco come in ranked in the top 10 in this event, according to the RGV track and field rankings. Harlingen with the second best time with 1:43.10 from the Judson relays, and Westaco ran a 1:46.22 at the HCISD relays. So those are the two teams to keep an eye on. And while we have a moment, I have the results of the boys 100 meter dash. In 4th place was Juan Garza out of Dana High School. In 3rd place was David Hernandez out of Progreso. 2nd place was John Garcia out of Westaco High School. And your 1st place winner with a time of a 10:90 was Xavier Rodriguez out of Dana. John, however, ran a very good race, Joe, 10:98. So right behind that Donna runner, and I was very impressed with that young man.
Yeah, John Garcia ran strong, and he looked strong out there. And as we mentioned earlier, I hadn't seen him run this year so far. But we're talking about the 4x200 meter relay, and you mentioned the top time of 1:43, and then Westaco with the second best time at 1:46, I believe you said.
1:46.22.
Right. So the record is 1:45, set in 1997 by Harlingen South. So a good chance that this one may fall today.
Wow. I mean, yeah, every record is meant to be broken. We usually have 1 or 2 every time we do this. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. 1:45.51, right, from Harlingen South.
Back in 1997. You talked about that earlier, was last century. It's been a while. It's close to 30 years, Mike.
It's funny, Joe, because when I go visit some of these elementary schools, and all those students were born like in the 2010s or 2009, 2010s, or even older than even after that, 2013. So when they hear the year 1995 or 1990, you just hear them kind of go like ooh and ah, kind of like us growing up and hearing about the Civil War or something. I don't know. So yeah, that just shows a little how far along we are in life.
Yeah, exactly. I won't even begin to give you mine. So. But the girls' 4x200 meter race is next, and it's a good, clean start.
Girls 4x200.
Harlingen High School out there in lane 4. Lane 5 is Westaco, and it's Sanusi, the young lady that finished second in the 100, and she's already made up the stagger on Westaco just about. Westaco East looking really good out there in lane 6 with Rivens running a great leg, and here's the exchange. Harlingen, Westaco East leading this one. Westaco, Mariah Oliver. Harlingen has Liliana Cerda. Westaco East has Judith Gomez. All looking really strong here, as it's a Westlaco East, Westlaco High, and Harlingen race so far. Harlingen third, Westlaco East second, Westlaco High first right now as far as those exchange were given. And they've got to stay in their lanes for the full race here. And that young lady from Westlaco High School is Alessandra Torres, is beginning to extend a lead for Westlaco High. Looks like they are in first, and they will give it to the anchor leg, which is Mia Desiga. And Westlaco East in second, Harlingen High in third. But right now, it is all Westlaco. Westlaco East, Harlingen. The Westlaco East anchor, Ariana Sustaita, another name that plays in multiple sports. Good, strong running here from Desiga and Sustaita, are Westlaco competitors. And what a job by Westlaco High. What a job by Westlaco East. First and second here in the 4x200 meter relay.
Yeah, it's always nice when you have the sister schools finished first and second, whether it's Westlaco High or Westlaco East there. And great race overall there. You see the last 100 meters or so by the young lady from Westlaco, Maya Desiga, just finishing things off, a running strong race in the Sustaita right behind her. You thought for a second maybe Harlingen could make a run perhaps in the middle of the race, but you give credit to East there, just staying competitive and finishing with a strong second place there. Harlingen right there in third place.
What I like there about Desiga is that she was just very composed in that leg. She wasn't struggling. She wasn't trying to go beyond. She just kept it nice and smooth and finished strong to keep Westlaco in first place. So now it is the boys 4x200 meter relay. Second lane is going to be Ed Cauchelsa, Alex Rodriguez, Elijah Trevino, Nathan Amaya, and Raul Zamora. Lane 3, Harlingen High School, Matthew Ramos, Ignacio Garcia, David Ramos, and Ryan Flores. Lane 4, Westlaco East, Margarito Pompa, Nathaniel Herrera, Jose Bruno, Greg Granados. Westlaco High is going to be in lane 5, Andres Sepulveda, Andres Valdez, Ryan Gonzalez, Marcus Cano. Lane 6, Donna North, Jaime Arciniaga, KC High, Prince Johnson, David Herrera. And in lane 7 is going to be Mercedes, Justin Davila, Robert Sanchez, Ethan Ramirez, and Gilbert Santiago. The 4x200 meter relay record was set back in 2018 by Westlaco High, 1:30.62. Westlaco East comes in with the best time at 1:31.
Margarito Pompa, I know that name.
Right,
he was a football player.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So much time has passed. I'm trying to remember. Was he a running back or what position did he play?
He was a running back.
He was a running back. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, so I mean, obviously him being part of a relay team shows that he is a pretty fast individual there.
He also ran the 4x100 meter as well. Yeah, he did a lot of. He's a starting leg in the 4x1 as well. Did a lot of. Caught a lot of passes out of the backfield as well. So, you know, he was a threat just about anywhere he was on the field.
300 meter hurdle.
And while we wait, we do have the results of the girls 4x200 meter relay. Fourth place was Mercedes High School. Second place was Harlingen High School. And second place was Westlaco East High School. And your first place winner with a time of 1:48.87 was Westlaco High School. So you got Westlaco High, Westlaco East, and then Harlingen.
Not their best times, but still good running there by the girls. So as you mentioned, Westlaco East, Margarito Pompa, he'll be the first leg here in this one as well for the Westlaco East relay teams. Westlaco High not doing too bad this year. They've got their best time, of 1:36. 1:33. Westlaco East 1:31, and Harlingen 1:34. So those are the top three teams coming into today's event.
And I see Andres Sepulveda, the quarterback, is the first runner for Westlaco High.
Yep. And they are off. Good, clean start. Out on top. In lane 5 is Westlaco, and Andres is doing a great job making up the stagger on Donna North. They've already made up that time. So looks like Westlaco High and Westlaco East first and second. Margarito Pompa, good exchange, and Westlaco East with first in the exchange. Mercedes second in the exchange, followed by Westlaco High. So it's Westlaco East, Mercedes, Westlaco High so far from the exchange. But here comes Westlaco High. Second leg for Westlaco High is Andres Valdez doing a good job. But again, Westlaco East finished strong there, and they get the baton first. Good exchange for Westlaco East, Nathaniel Herrera and Jose Bruno. They continue to hang on to first place, and it's Bruno beginning to make a little bit of separation between them and Westlaco High. And Bruno's going to give it to Greg Granados, another name that played multi-sports. And Westlaco, not a very good exchange there, as the anchor leg for Westlaco High, Marcus Cano had to turn around and grab the baton. But Greg Granados for Westlaco East is going to cruise to victory, as the Wildcats will take gold here in the 4x200 meter relay. Westlaco High going to finish second, even with that bad exchange.
And then Harlingen kind of came from 5th place. It looks like they're going to finish in 3rd, with a strong finish there by the young man there. Ryan Flores was the anchor for Harlingen. He made up some, he made up some, what would you call it, time, I guess, or he surpassed a few individuals there. So I think we're going to have Harlingen finishing in 3rd there. But great run by Westlaco East. And you mentioned, Joe, the exchange. In that last exchange for Westlaco High, having some issues there, and that allowed Westlaco East to kind of separate themselves more and finish the race strong. But this young man, Granados there, outstanding job, outstanding finish. So great race by the Wildcats overall.
Yeah, and you got to give Marcus Cano some credit there, because even though the exchange wasn't the greatest of exchange, he still kept his composure, and he still ran strong to give Westlaco High that 2nd place finish. So good job there by Westlaco East and Westlaco High again.
So back-to-back races where we've had Westlaco High, Westlaco East finishing back-to-back first or second place.
So we're going to then move on to the 400-meter dash. That is one trip around the track. The girls division will have 2 sections, 2 heats. First one will consist of Miranda Guerrero of Edcouch Elsa, Mia Vasquez of Donna North, Angelina Mazzini of Donna North, Gabriela Quintanilla of Westlaco East, Sofia Ramos, Edcouch Elsa, Gabriela Jimenez of Donna, Sofia Pesina of Progreso, Maria Blanco of Progreso. And the second heat will be comprised of Caroline Hernandez of Harlingen High School, Lori Rocha of Harlingen High School, Bernice Sustaita of Donna North, Mia Poo of Westlaco High, Leila Cerda of Harlingen High. And it looks like they've only got 2 girls in the first heat, and I'm not sure who that is, but we'll tell you in just a second if we can get their numbers off their bibs. And here we go. We got Donna and Donna North. So this is going to be Gabriela Jimenez, and it's going to be Mazzini, I believe.
Results in the 4x2.
So here they go, first heat, coming around the corner after about
and your winner in the 4x2
300 meters. Mark is right now Donna High School. Now here come the last 100 meters. So Donna High School, Gabriela Jimenez was going to win the first heat. Donna North. Mazzini, it looks like, I believe. I can't get the bib number.
You notice that she's looking up in the scoreboard there.
Yeah,
watching herself.
Well, not only that, but to see if they got a lead. To see if they can, if there's any competition coming up and catching up. And it's Mazzini finished second in this heat for the first heat of the girls. As we mentioned, there are 2 heats, and the second heat is going to consist of in lane 1, Caroline Hernandez, Harlingen High School, Lori Rocha, Harlingen High School in lane 2, Bernice Sustaita, Donna North in lane 3, Mia Poo of Westaco High in lane 4. Leila Cerda of Harlingen High School, lane 5. Jenna Peña of Westaco High School, lane 6. Madison Reyes of Westaco High School, lane 7. And Elay Washington of Donna High in lane 8. And the record for the 400-meter girls was set in 2001 by Didi Cortez of Sherryland High School.
57.65 was her time there. But Mia Pugh is the only one ranked in the top 10 in this race. She comes in 8th overall in the Rio Grande Valley. She ran a 101.48 at the Earl Scott Relays earlier this year. And I do have the results of the boys 4x200 meter relay. In 4th place was Mercedes. In 3rd place is Harlingen High School. 2nd place, Westaco High School. And your 1st place winner with a time of 1:32.05 is Westaco East.
Good running there, 1:32. That's a good time. 1:30 is the record.
Yeah, very good race that Westaco East ran there. All individuals did very well and exchanged batons nice and clean. And I know Coach Owens is very happy with that.
Yeah, he's got to be. He's got to be, as they look good in both relays, the 4x2 and the 4x1. And we'll see what they got in the 4x4 coming up a little later on this afternoon. So again, as you mentioned, Mia Poo out of Westaco High with the best time coming into this race. She'll be in lane 4. Leila Cerda, Harlingen High, has a time of 1:02, and Bernice Sustaita a time of 1:03. So lanes again 4, 5, and 6 girls to watch out for here in this one. As we mentioned, the record is 57 seconds. But with that wind being in your face on the back over there, it's going to be hard to kind of keep a good strong pace.
But we thought it was a start.
They still got the red flag up. I'm not sure why they sounded the gun though. But there we go. Now we're ready to go. We've gotten the okay from the
Quiet at the start, please.
starter. So 1 lap around the track, and they've got to stay in their lanes for the complete lap. Again, 4, 5, and 6 are the lanes to watch out for. Mia Poo with the best time coming in, 61 seconds. Time run earlier, and she's already beginning to stagger. She's made up 1 stagger, and she's made up 2 staggers in the first 100 meters. Looks like she's already made up the stagger on everybody.
Yeah, there she goes.
She's just running really smooth in this one.
But right next to her, the Harlingen runner is keeping up with her.
We'll see how much, and she's coming out of her lane.
I was going to ask you if that's legal, okay, if she can do that. She was kind of coming into the 4th lane there.
Yeah, she came out of her lane, and she's running out of her lane right there.
Down the stretch.
So here comes Mia looking to finish strong. Looks like no one's going to catch her from start to finish, and she is just relaxed, Mike. Look at that, not even struggling. And she's going to finish first easily. Looks up at the board to make sure no one's catching up or trying to pull up on her. And she just cruises into victory there.
Yeah, what a nice feeling to have when you're able to just enjoy the last 50 meters or so, knowing that you're going to win the race, and you're allowed to look at the board and see where you're at, see what kind of gap you have. You see her just kind of looking straight ahead there at the finish line. She can kind of sense that she has control of the race. And then, yeah, toward the end, you'll notice that she'll kind of look up at the scoreboard. But just, you know, as a runner, that has to be a great feeling, just knowing that you're in control and you're going to win. You're going to get a gold medal in this event.
Next up,
And a beautiful, beautiful run there by the young lady.
400-meter dash, we will have
Well, next is going to be the boys. We've got 3 heats there. In the first one, Arturo Torres of Harlingen, Angel Sanchez, Westaco East, Saul Ramirez, Westaco High, and Seth Moya, Westaco High. In the second heat, Dominic Valderas, Dana High School, Ivan Gonzalez, Westaco East, Samuel Flores, Westaco High, Emilio Flores, Ed Couch Elsa, Joshua Perez, Progreso, Omar Cuellar, Dana North, Adam Sanchez, Harlingen High, and Diego Flores of Ed Couch Elsa. And the final section or heat of the boys 400-meter dash is going to be David Hernandez of Progreso, David Nieves of Dana North, Kyle Tratham of Ed Couch Elsa, Jazazian Moore of Harlingen High, Xavier Rodriguez of Dana High, Alan Cordero of Dana North, Logan Aguilar of Progreso, and Joel Valderas of Westaco East. Jazazian Moore, we better learn to get that name right because he comes in with the best time.
52:11 is what they have here.
Yep, and the record is 48-7, set back in 1998 by Louis Ontiveros.
And as a matter of fact, Joe, that young man, Moore, is the only one in this event that comes in ranked in the top 10. Actually is number 10 in the Rio Grande Valley with that time, 52:11. And he ran that at the Earl Scott Relays.
So the boys are getting ready to get started here. In the first heat, we've got 3 runners on the track. We've got 4 listed. So lane 5 is not running, and according to our paperwork, I'm sorry, lane 4 is not running, and that would be Angel Sanchez of Westaco East. So we got 2 young men from Westaco High and 1 young man from Harlingen. All of them with no times.
And they're all first heat of the
And the
400-meter
first
dash
heat
boys.
of the boys,
Record holder
out
Joseph
on
Westaco
top is going to be
High.
Seth Moy in lane 6, Saul Ramirez in lane 5, and in lane 3 from Harlingen is Arturo Torres. And it right now seems to be Saul Ramirez in the lead. Ramirez in the lead, and running second right now is going to be the young man from Harlingen, Arturo Torres. So here comes Torres from Harlingen in second, and in first, hanging on, is Saul Ramirez. Picking up the pace is Ramirez, and he's going to open up that lead as he just went into 6th gear there to finish strong. So a good run there by Ramirez, as it seemed that he just had another gear for that home stretch.
Yeah, nice job. Nice race overall there. And, he was able to separate himself, in the last 200 meters or so, and had a strong finish there. And I was keeping an eye on the other young man from Westaco trying to catch up to the Harlingen runner there, but I think he still finished in 3rd. Made it interesting, though, toward the end. But nice job.
So the next heat is going to have 8 runners from what we have on our paper. Dominic Valderas from Dana in lane 1. Ivan Gonzalez from Westaco East in lane 2. Samuel Flores, Westaco High School, lane 3. Emilio Flores, Ed Cauchosa from lane 4. Joshua Perez, lane 5 from Progreso. In lane 6, Omar Cuellar from Dana North. In lane 7, Adam Sanchez of Harlingen High School. And in lane 8, Diego Flores of Ed Couch Elsa High School. So it looks like from where we're looking at is lane 4 and 5 are going to be empty.
Oh, wow.
And that's going to be Emilio Flores and Joshua Perez.
The 2 top runners in this heat.
Yep.
Is who's going to come out or not race.
In lane 3 is going to be Samuel Flores from Westlaco. In lane 6, Omar Cuellar from Dana North. So keep an eye on those guys.
And while we do have a few moments, Joe, I was going to read off a few more of the field events that we started with earlier, and we'll continue with the boys' long jump. In 4th place was a Bo Cuellar out of Westlaco. And in third place was Andreas Deur out of Harlingen. And in second place was Javier Rodriguez out of Donna. And in first place with a jump of 20:06.50 is you said earlier we gotta learn how to pronounce his name, but Jazayan Moore out of Harlingen High School. Did I say it right?
I don't know, because I'm trying to guess it. Well,
Jayazian. Okay, we did our best. Hopefully we're close enough. And then we move on to the girls pole vault. And in fourth place was a Gabby Jackson out of Wesco High School. In third place was a Desiree Tovar out of Donna. Second place was a Rachel Archibald out of Harlingen. And your first place winner with a jump of 10 feet exactly was Jacqueline Medina out of Ecal Chelsea.
So the second heat are in their blocks. They are set. And that's a good, clean start for the second heat of the boys 400-meter dash. And running out and making up the staggers is Samuel Flores of Westlaco High School. Just on the inside of Flores is going to be Gonzalez of Westlaco East. Running pretty strong there. But it looks like it's going to be Flores from Westlaco High as he's beginning to just separate himself from the pack. Coming out of the back stretch and coming on to the home stretch. And he's way out in front of everybody. So Samuel Flores from Westlaco High, Ivan Gonzalez from Westlaco East, first and second in this heat. So good, strong running from Flores, and Gonzalez winning first and second here in the second heat of the 400-meter dash.
Yeah, nice race overall by the young man there, finishing there in first place.
And giving us the thumbs up.
Giving us a thumbs up, yeah. Everything's all right. And Wesco East, Ivan Gonzalez right behind him. Good job.
And the final heat of the 400-meter dash in lane 1, David Hernandez of Progreso. David Nieves in lane 2, he is of Donna North. Kyle Tratham of Edcal Chelsea is in lane 3. Jaazian Moore of Harlingen in lane 4. Xavier Rodriguez of Donna, lane 5. Alan Cordero, Donna North, lane 6. Logan Aguilar from Progreso in lane 7. And Joel Valderas of Westlaco East in lane 8. Jaazian Moore, 52:11, has the best time coming in.
Yeah, you say it better than I do.
And so this should be a good race here, Mike.
Yeah, this is going to be a very competitive race. And we saw Xavier, he's also done well in the field events there. We called out his name in the long jump, and we saw him earlier in one of the races. And so very athletic talent right there.
I'm wondering, Mike, and we're gonna have to do some investigative work here, but Kyle Tratham in lane 3 from Edcal Chelsea. There's another young lady, Tratham, that you called out a name that she won something in the field events. Kylie Tratham. I wonder if they're twins.
Good question. Kylie and Kyle. Yeah, they kind of go neck and neck, right? You know,
I haven't seen them like physically up close, but the names are so close that to me that leads me to believe that they may be twins.
I would put my money on it that they're at least related.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I'm gonna try to find out after the track meet if they are indeed twins.
Or perhaps somebody can text us and let us know.
True.
If they have our contact information.
But again, the final heat in the boys 400-meter dash. They've been called out. They are in their lanes, and now they are being sent to their blocks. Starter seems to have everybody ready to go. Has them set. Not yet, but there we go. Now they're getting ready to get set.
Nope, not yet.
There was some movement at the top of the screen. There's a young man not in blocks. and he moved a little bit. Not sure if he came across, but the lane keeper up there, and they've got the young man out there in lane 7. They did talk to him.
Think they're giving him a warning, perhaps?
Could be.
I know we've talked about it in the past where they have the option of running off the block, and so,
Right.
or not, and he chooses not to run off of the block.
And that's Logan Aguilar of Progreso in lane 7. And it's a good, clean start.
For the boys 400-meter dash.
400-meter dash. And it looks like Rodriguez of Harlingen's already made up the stagger on lane 6.
And girls, 300
So Jazian Moore has already begun to make his move out to the top. And he coming up to the 200-meter mark. But running strong out on lane 8 is Valderas of Westaco East.
200-meter dash.
But here comes Rodriguez and Moore. Rodriguez and Moore. Rodriguez and Moore. Jazian Moore is going to extend the lead here, and Rodriguez will finish second. So it is Jazian Moore finishing first and Rodriguez finishing second. So good race by those two young men.
And it looks like Joel Valderas on a Wesco East finished a strong third there. Although a few runners behind him were kind of catching up to him, but I think Valderas still held on there.
Yeah, he was running strong. He looked really strong here in this race.
Starting at the southeast side.
But the young man from Donna North seemed to have made up some time as well, and that's Alan Cordero. So we'll see here at the finish. We know Moore and Rodriguez finished first and second. There they go. And it's going to be the young man from Donna North finishing third. And that is Alan Cordero. So unofficially, Jazian Moore takes gold in the 400 meters, followed by Xavier Rodriguez from Donna High and Alan Cordero of Donna North. So that'll do it for the 400-meter boys division. Next is going to be a 300-meter hurdles girls. There they go. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see anybody putting up hurdles yet, but down here in the bottom, they've already started. And the 300-meter hurdle girls is a name that we've already called out today a couple of times, and she came in with no time in the 100. And remember, you mentioned, Mike, watch out for the girls with, or anybody with no time. That's Elena Roquette. Holds the 300-meter hurdle record at 45:43, set right here last year.
Yeah, so keep an eye on her for that race. And, you know, she's already done well so far. So, yeah, I imagine that for this race, she'll be one that they'll keep an eye on.
Well, in the first heat for this event, 300-meter hurdles girls, Hayden Ledesma, Mercedes, Addison Gonzalez of Edcauchelsa, Ariana Becerril of Dana. And then in the second heat, it's going to be Olivia Martinez in lane 1 from Edcauchelsa, Lorena Cerda in lane 2 from Progreso, Jalen Garcia in lane 3 of Westlaco, Elena Roquette of Harlingen in lane 4, Isabella Parker of Mercedes in lane 5, Riley Garcia of Harlingen in lane 6, and Emma Rodriguez of Westlaco in lane 7. As we mentioned, Elena Roquette does hold the record, 45:43 last year. So far this year, 46:81 has been her best.
And she comes in like, what, almost a 5 second seating time best over the next best runner, which would be Isabella Parker. And let me see if I have it in my notes here. In the 300-meter hurdles, they have Roquette 4th overall in the Valley with a 46:81, which she ran at the Judson Relays. And her teammate, Anissa Joseph, ran a 49:63 in the Patriot Relays.
Yeah, she's not in this event.
She's not in this event. Okay. Well, while we wait, I do have the results of the girls' 400-meter dash. In fourth place was Jenna Peña out of Huasteko High. Third place is Bernice Sustaita out of Dana North. Second place is Leila Cerda out of Harlingen High School. And your first place winner with a time of a 59.85 is Maya Pugh out of Huasteko High School. Almost 3 seconds better than the second place finish. So pretty good race on the 400-meter dash.
Yeah, she was just cruising very confidently to victory in that race. She led from start to finish. So it looks like the first heat of the girls 300-meter hurdles is set to go. Hayden Ledesma in lane 3 from Mercedes. Addison Gonzalez in lane 4 of Edcal Chelsea. And Ariana Becerril of Dana in lane 5. Ledesma with no time coming into this race. And again, she is of Mercedes in lane 3.
It's also worth mentioning that after 14 events, Huasco High has 132 points, Harlingen High School with 126, Huasco East with 69, and Mercedes with 65. So pretty competitive first and second place and third and fourth so far on the girls' side.
So Huasteko High girls getting their name back into that championship conversation because for so many years they were dominant.
Yeah, they were dominant not only in district but in area.
Right.
And I know at one point I think they even won a regional championship some years ago. And so, yeah, I mean that shows, when you're up, there's only one direction to go is down, and you got to rebuild. So I know they've done that, and they're going in the right direction. Coach Amarguer says that we have a young group, and he feels pretty good.
I ran into one of those track stars from those years, those dominating years, Eleanor Arndt, the other night at a fundraising event at the hospital. She is a school teacher now here in the Huasteko area.
Outstanding. That's always good to hear.
Give you a few more of those updates in a little bit. Well, as they get ready, Angela Villarreal is a strength and conditioning coach in the San Antonio area.
I think she also plays football or
some like just.
There's a league out there.
And the 300-meter girls hurdles is underway. In the middle, Addison Gonzalez from Edcal Chelsea. And inside of her is Hayden Ledesma of Mercedes. And Ledesma seems to be making up some move and stretching out a move here. And she's the one that comes in with no time. And now she's just way out in front of everybody to a point where nobody else was even in the screen. So Ledesma of Mercedes all alone in front here in the first heat. Looking strong. And she is a full hurdle in front of everybody just about. Here comes Ledesma. Extending her lead. She's got one more hurdle to hurdle. And there she goes. And she's a full hurdle length in front of everybody.
I think she ran out of gas towards the end, and you see her that she knocked down that last hurdle there.
But still able to finish strong
still
and in
finished
first.
Very strong. Yeah, absolutely. Ran a great race.
So good run there by these young ladies in the first heat. And in the second heat, let's go ahead and give you the lane assignments. In lane 1, Olivia Martinez of Edcal Chelsea. Lane 2, Lorena Cerda of Progreso. In lane 3, Jalen Garcia of Huasteko. In lane 4, Elena Roquette of Harlingen. In lane 5, Isabella Parker of Mercedes. In lane 6, Riley Garcia of Harlingen. And in lane 8, Emma Rodriguez of Huasteko. As we mentioned just a while ago, the record holder is Elena Roquette, who's in this heat in lane 4, a record which she set last year, 45-43.
Yeah, and while we have a few moments of the results of the boys 400-meter dash, fourth place was Alan Cordero out of Dana North. Second place, Saul Ramirez out of Huasteko High. Second place, Javier Rodriguez out of Dana. And your first place winner with a time of 50.99 is Jaazian Moore out of Harlingen High School. Congratulations. And as a team, after 14 events, Harlingen High School is pretty much dominating the event with 147.50 points. Second place is Wesco East with 94, and in third place is Wesco High with 82. So Harlingen just, kind of taking control of the Jimmy Platt Boys Invitational.
Here we go, the second heat of the girls. They're in their blocks, they are set. And that's a good, clean start. And Roquette out on top is already in front. She is the first one to make her way over the hurdle in the first hurdle, and now she is beginning to just dominate. And this is something we already kind of knew, Mike.
Yeah.
She, as you mentioned earlier, her time is 5 seconds better than the second best time. And she is almost a full hurdle length in front of everybody else. And now I think she's just cruising. She looks like she has slowed it down a little bit.
And we talked about the rhythm. You see how she's running in a certain rhythm there and using her hips and her arms to move along in the race. And nice, beautiful jumps in the hurdles, cruising to the finish.
And she finishes first, followed by Isabella Parker of Mercedes. And in third, it looked like it was Jaylyn Garcia of
Next up on the
Westlaco.
track, we'll have 2 heats of the boys 300-meter hurdles.
I'm sorry, the Progreso girl, I think, is who got third. Lorena
Sanchez.
Cerda.
Lane 5, Mercedes Ramsey Castañeda.
Yeah, I believe it was Cerda that finished third. So here it comes, Roquette, Parker, and Cerda. First, second, and third in the girls' 300-meter hurdles. Still have to wait for the other girls to catch up to Roquette. Really good run there by her. And there's first and second right there. Getting some water.
I get a kick out of some of these athletes sometimes when they're looking at the board and they keep staring at it, and then once the camera goes on them, then they go and they get a sip of water, they drink. I don't know if they do that just to make themselves busy and so that way the coaches don't tell them anything, or if they're really thirsty
or camera shy.
Camera shy. You remember a few years ago, Faith Franklin, when she did that dance. Remember after one of those races? I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Well, we're now going to do the boys' 300-meter hurdles, and we've got 2 heats here. First heat, Derek Bocanegra, Westlaco East. Lane 4, Jesus Sanchez of Mercedes, and lane 5, Ramsey Castañeda of Mercedes. So a guy from Westlaco East and 2 guys from Mercedes in this one. Second section is going to be Westlaco East, Isaiah Espinosa in lane 1. Westlaco East, Jonathan Munoz in lane 2. Harlingen High, Julian Peña in lane 3. Harlingen High, Noah Huerta in lane 4. Harlingen High, Nestor Rodriguez in lane 5. Donna High, Dallas Zuniga in lane 6. Donna North, Andres Gomez in lane 7. And Mercedes, Ray Lopez in lane 8. So that'll be the second heat. And the 300-meter hurdles record holder, 38:43, set in 2001, Westlaco High School, Marco Rojas.
So I do have a question for you, Joe. So I noticed on the girls' side, okay, right, looks like we have a race going, so we'll wait.
Yeah, just 2 young men from Mercedes in the first heat, as the Westlaco East competitor is not on the track.
Boys,
And these guys are going neck and neck. Jesus Sanchez and Ramsey Castañeda. Ramsey Castañeda in the orange and Jesus Sanchez in the white. And looks like Sanchez may have a small edge. No, it's Castañeda. So here he comes. Castañeda doing a really good job holding off Sanchez. Castañeda and Sanchez. Now again, it looks this time inside lane is Jesus Sanchez going to finish first as he overtakes him at the end. So a good strong race by these 2 men. They went neck and neck all the way, and for a while there it was Castañeda up in front, and Sanchez here at the end in the last 60-80 meters took over and finished by about 2 strides.
Well, as teammates, they probably go neck and neck at practice, and then they're able to do it here in a, in front of an audience in a real invitational here. So a nice friendly competition there. And I noticed that they wear different uniforms or different T-shirts. I guess that is allowed. One says Mercedes and it's in white, and the other one is in orange and has a paw like the Clemson Tiger. But what I wanted to ask you, Joe, was on the girls' side, how they have the girls and the boys, it goes from 100-meter hurdles, and on the boys' side is 110-meter hurdles, correct? And then here it's the 300-meter hurdles. So I'm just curious, like, why don't they move back, the boys? Is it because perhaps it just they feel like the hurdles are equally apart far enough or something, or
yeah, because this event, once you get to the collegiate level, I don't believe it's run. They go to the 400-meter hurdles.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, I don't think it's an event that's run beyond the high school level. I haven't paid that close attention to collegiate track as far as the every event, but I do know that they do run a 400-meter hurdle. And so, yeah, like I said, I don't remember seeing 300-meter hurdles at any collegiate event.
Wow. I know sometimes I put you on a spot, but you always give great answers, especially when it comes to track and field. So, yeah, I'm glad you were able to clarify that a little bit.
So, again, the second heat for the boys, lane 1. Isaiah Espinosa, lane 2, Jonathan Munoz, lane 3, Julian Peña, lane 4, Noah Huerta, lane 5, Nestor Rodriguez, lane 6, Dallas Zuniga, lane 7, Andres Gomez, and Ray Lopez in lane 8. Noah Huerta is up in front already. He has looked good all day long, and Nestor Rodriguez is another guy that looked good earlier, and those guys are first and second right now. So here comes Huerta. He's got a commanding lead in front of everybody. But look at how he just hugs over the hurdles compared to everybody else. Look at the way his front leg comes up, and he just glides right over.
Yeah.
And look how everybody else runs, and they kind of like teeter over it. So there's the difference right there in just the form of someone of that caliber of a Noah Huerta.
Yeah, almost tripped over that last one there,
It's tiring.
It's tiring. We've seen that a few times already in this meet, on the girls' side and the boys' side there. But, yeah, you mentioned it. I think they're both just tired. But overall, great race there, great rhythm. And just as you mentioned, the way he was gliding, it makes it look so easy. And then, yeah, you look at the other runners, and they kind of have to, the way they jump over it, it's a little different.
Yeah, and that's time consuming.
1,600-meter run.
Not going over, getting that front leg just over and just gliding over like you get that front leg and that second one just to bend over. And some of these kids are kind of jumping over, like literally jumping over.
Yeah, the gap is much wider between the hurdles versus the 110 or 100-meter race.
Right. And Huerta goes sockless.
He's like, my feet need some rest here.
Yeah, I can just imagine because, and it's not a hot day today.
Right.
There's been some days where it's been nasty hot.
So the artificial surface is probably nice and warm, nice and comfortable.
Yeah. So we've done with the 300-meter hurdles, and now we go to the 200-meter dash. The girls division will have 3 heats. Ariana Vega in lane 2 out of Dana. Alexa Canales Esparza, Dana North in lane 3. Maria Blanco Progreso in lane 4. Jacqueline Medina in lane 5. She's from Edcal Chelsea. And Sofia Piscina from Progreso is in lane 6. That's going to be the first heat. The second heat will have Navy Vasquez of Progreso, Veronica Cuellar of Dana North, Anaya Gomez, Dana North, Alina Espinosa, Westaco East, Isabella Molina, Mercedes, Avi Garza, Mercedes, Araceli Nunez, Edcal Chelsea, Amanda Mares out of Harlingen. And the final heat for the girls 200-meter dash, Anna Tlampanco of Harlingen High School. Jocelyn Cortez at Couch Elsa. Sadie Romero, Westaco. Maya Pugh is in lane 4 of Westaco as well. Jamie Flores, Mercedes, lane 5. Valeria Juarez Valeria Juarez of Westaco East in lane 6. Alessandra Torres of Westaco in lane 7. and Lori Rocha of Harlingen in lane 8. So 3 heats here in the 200-meter dash, and the record holder, a record set 2 years ago by Faith Franklin of Harlingen High, 24:38. She's missed the last 2 years here.
Yeah, we miss her here today, and would have been awesome to see her. But yeah, she has the record from a few years ago. And while we have a few moments, I do have the results of the girls' 300-meter hurdles. 4th place was a Hayden Ledesma out of Mercedes. 3rd place is Lorena Cerda out of Progreso. 2nd place is Isabella Parker out of Mercedes. And your 1st place winner with a time of 46:58 is Elena Raquette out of Harlingen High School. And let's see here. I also have the results of the boys' 300-meter hurdles. 4th place was Dallas Zuniga out of Donna. 3rd place is Julian Peña out of Harlingen. 2nd place is Nestor Rodriguez, also of Harlingen. And your 1st place winner with a time of 40.60 is Noah Huerta, once again, Harlingen High School.
So Harlingen got 1st, 2nd, and 3rd?
That is correct. And with that being said, they have 171.50 points after 15 events, dominating the invitational. 2nd place is Wesco East with a 96, and not far behind is Wesco High, and 3rd place was with 82 points.
First heat of the girls' 200-meter dash, lanes 3, 4, and 6, and we got a lane runner in lane 2. And we'll see who is going to take the lead and set the pace here. And it's a young lady from Donna North, Alexa Esparza Canales. But out on top from Progreso, Sofia Pesina looking strong. Pesina looks like she is going to take this one. So it's going to be Progreso, Donna North. So Sofia Pesina from Progreso and Maria Blanco of Progreso, 1st and 2nd in the first heat of the girls' 200-meter dash.
Yeah, nice run there by the 2 Red Ants.
But they got pink shoes.
So they got pink shoes. Red Ants, pink shoes. But yeah, nice focus there. Yeah,
Sofia Pesina just looked really strong as she came out of that curb. You could tell that she was out in front. From the staggers, because she is so far outside and the other runners are inside, it was hard to tell. But as soon as they came out of that curve and she was out in front, you could just see that she was going to hang on to that lead. So good job there. 2nd heat is going to have Navy Vasquez in lane 1 from Progreso. Veronica Cuellar of Donna North in lane 2. Anaya Gomez of Donna North in lane 3. Elena Espinosa from Westaco East in lane 4. Isabella Molina from Mercedes in lane 5. Avi Garza from Mercedes in lane 6. Araceli Nunez of Icauchelsa in lane 7. And Amanda Mares of Harlingen. And again, she's got no time. We saw her run earlier, and she looked strong.
And she'll be in lane number 8.
Yep. So we'll see how she does in this 200 meters. And Harlingen looking strong again in the girls division as well.
Yeah, they do. And in this particular heat, you got you got about 4 runners. Maybe even you can even include a couple of more that are pretty close to each other. So this heat is going to be pretty interesting.
Anaya Gomez in lane 3. Donna North decides to go with no blocks. And they're off. In lane 3, Anaya Gomez running, but lane 8, Maris Harlingen looking strong. Looks like Maris is going to take this one. Followed by the young lady from Mercedes, Isabella Molina. So good job there by Maris, way out there by herself in lane 8. That one's always tough because you got no one to kind of keep an eye on and try to catch up to. Because when you're on the inside on the staggers, at least your goal is to try to make up the stagger on the person on your outside. And once you can do that, you know you're doing okay. But here in lane 8, you're all by yourself out there. But Maris did a good job running her race, coming out strong and finishing strong.
Yeah, that's a very good point there, because even though when you start the race and you're kind of ahead of everybody, but yeah, the key word there is a stagger. But when you go around, especially when you run like the 200 or the 400, you make the widest turns there.
Right.
So, but yeah, she did a great job of staying in front of everybody despite having to do that. And nobody was really able to make up the stagger from her side, and ran a very good race.
The final heat of the girls 200 meter is going to have Ana Talampanco from Harlingen in lane 1, Jocelyn Cortez of Edcal Chelsea in lane 2, Sadie Romero of Westlaco in lane 3, Maya Poo from Westlaco in lane 4, Jamie Flores from Mercedes in lane 5, Valeria Juarez of Westlaco East in lane 6, Alessandra Torres of Westlaco in lane 7, and in lane 8, Lori Rocha of Harlingen High School.
And if Faith Franklin would have been here, Joe, we would have had 4 runners ranked in the top 10 coming into this race. But with Faith Franklin out, you got a Maya Pugh with the best time, with a 25.86 is what they have in this seating here. And she ran that in the Laredo Border Olympics. And she's ranked 4th overall coming into this week.
So you got Maya in lane 4, Sadie Romero in lane 3, and Jamie Flores in lane 5. So again, those 3 girls, are the girls to watch out for, lanes 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, so Flores comes in ranked number 6, and Romero comes in ranked number 8.
I'm sorry, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. Yeah, all very good runners.
Did Romero take the 100?
I don't we got to go back to the results.
Yeah, that's fine. They're up. Good, clean start. Westlaco, Mercedes. And looks like Mia Poo is going to come out of the turn in first place. Jamie Flores doing a great job hanging on. Romero in third. Coming up to second is going to be Pugh, Romero, and Flores. Looks like Romero may have overtaken second. But a good race there for second and third between Pugh and Flores. But Romero didn't have the greatest of starts, but she was able to turn it on coming in the last 80 meters.
We will have 3 heats of the boys 200-meter dash.
So here we come on the replay out of the turn.
Yeah, you see Romero there. What was it, lane 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you see she's kind of coming up there. She's catching up a little bit there. But yeah, looks like Pugh was able to hold on to the top finish. You asked earlier about the 100-meter dash. Romero did finish first in that race.
Yeah, she got second here. She overtook Flores there in the final. So good job there. Westlaco finished first and second.
Yeah, they'll rack up some points there to help the team.
Yep. So the boys 200 meters will have 3 heats. Heat 1, Yair Mata from Dana, Jose Garza from Mercedes, Casey High from Dana North, Angel Sanchez from Westlaco East, Ryan Gonzalez, Westlaco High, Adan Gomez, Westlaco East, and Moses De Leon out of Edcal Chelsea. Second heat is going to have Manuel Garcia from Progreso, Omar Cuellar of Dana North, Gilbert Santiago from Mercedes, Juan Garza from Dana, Robert Sanchez from Mercedes, Nathan Amaya from Edcal Chelsea, Maximiliano Mares of Dana North, Bo Cuellar from Westlaco. And the final heat, Steven Venegas, Harlingen, Andres Dior of Harlingen High, Gregorio Granados of Westlaco East, Xavier Rodriguez of Dana, John Garcia of Westlaco, David Hernandez of Progreso, Jaazian Moore of Harlingen, and Logan Aguilar of Progreso. So a lot of those names we heard in the 400. So the first heat is underway. And we're only going to have 2 young men running this one, a guy from Dana North and a guy from Dana High. So that's going to be Yair Mata along with KC High. Yahir Mata and KC High. So Dana North, Mata, and high. So first and second there. Mata looked like he got the edge there at the end.
Boys 200-meter dash, second heat. Lane
Donna
one,
and Donna.
Progreso,
Donna High and Donna
Garcia,
North.
lane
Nice race
two,
by both
Donna North,
boys.
Omar Cuellar.
Very competitive there. It was close from the beginning to the end.
It was. Looked like Kai came out of the curb in front, but then Mata here at the last just takes it. Right there, about the 40-meter mark, and here at the finish, you'll see Mata just overtaking him.
Yeah, look at that.
So good, strong race by those two young men. Second heat is going to have lane 1, Manuel Garcia from Progreso. Lane 2, Omar Cuellar of Donna North. Gilbert Santiago in lane 3 of Mercedes. Juan Garza of Donna in lane 4. Robert Sanchez of Mercedes in lane 5. Nathan Amaya of Itcauchelsa in lane 6. Maximiliano Mares in lane 7 from Donna North. And Bo Cuellar of Westlaco in lane 8.
Top 3.
We didn't give you the record for the 200-meter dash, but that one was set in 2008 by Alex Trevino of Mercedes, 21.40.
Yeah, you and I talk about him every once in a while, especially when it comes to football, how gifted he was, and it was so much fun to watch as an athlete. And that was around the time when he and Mishak Rivas were in high school together. And both young men just dominated the track field as well as the football field.
Yeah, sadly, they weren't in the same district.
No. They only played each other, I think, once
yeah,
in their careers. But anyhow, yeah.
So here is the second heat. And in lane 1, Manuel Garcia of Progreso comes out strong, and he comes out of the curb in first place. But on lane 8 is Bo Cuellar of Westlaco running strong as well. And it looks like Bo Cuellar may take this one, as he overtook everyone there on the outside lane. But looking strong and finishing strong was Gilbert Santiago of Mercedes as well. Juan Garza came on strong at the end as well, but looks like Bo Cuellar finished first there.
Yeah, once again, it's an individual in lane 8 there. See around that turn, making that wide turn. And it was very difficult to stay ahead there, but he was able to do that and did a great job there. And it took this heat.
Yeah, coming on strong there, like I said at the end, Gilbert Santiago of Mercedes and Juan Garza of Donna. So good second heat there. Final heat is going to have Steven Venegas in lane 1 from Harlingen. Andreas Dior of Harlingen in lane 2. Gregorio Granados of Westco East in lane 3. Xavier Rodriguez of Donna in lane 4. John Garcia of Westlaco in lane 5. David Hernandez of Progreso in lane 6. Jay-Z and Moore of Harlingen in lane 8. And Logan Aguilar of Progreso in lane 8. John Garcia, 22.86. He ran earlier and looked really strong in the 100. If I'm not mistaken. Was that the race that he looked really strong in?
Yeah, I believe so.
And then Xavier Rodriguez, we've called his name quite a bit. He's got the best time coming in, 22.58. But like I said, John Garcia has a good time, 22.86, coming in here as well.
And Javier comes in 3rd overall in the Rio Grande Valley, time of 22.38. He ran at the Night of Columbus. And then John Garcia comes in 10th overall in the Rio Grande Valley. He ran a 23.12 at the HCISD relays. So those are the two young men to keep an eye on.
Well, he's run a better time since then, because I've got him for 22.86. So the runners have been sent to their blocks. They are set. And they are off. Good, clean start. We don't have a runner in lane 2, Andreas Dior. But it's Garcia and Rodriguez, neck and neck. It's Garcia with a half a stride. Rodriguez trying to finish strong. Rodriguez, Garcia. That is a photo finish, Mike.
Yeah. And I want to say in lane 7 more, got pretty close too. But yeah, I mean, Garcia and Rodriguez look like they finished 1 and 2. But
Next up,
close
on the
by
track
was
will be the girls
a young man from
1600
Harlingen. I believe it was Harlingen. Because I know we had a Progresso runner too. Yeah, I believe it was the young man from Harlingen.
Yeah, Jason Moore. He ran that 400 earlier.
Yeah.
He looked really strong. So those guys, you know, you can't discount them in the 200 because they've got that endurance to finish strong.
Yeah, here we go. Photo finish here.
Rodriguez,
Wow.
Garcia, and then Moore.
Okay.
Next race up.
Good race. That was a great race by.
That was fun to watch.
That was fun to watch.
And now we are heading to the 1,600 meter run, and that is 4 times around the track.
1600 relay, boys and girls.
This is the one that's going to take a little while.
Yeah, and the record holder in the 1,600 meter run is Krista Martinez of Edcal Chelsea, a record set back in 2015 of 5:07. Marely Cuellar, Westlaco East. Rebecca Davila, Edcal Chelsea. Andrea Quintero, Westlaco East. Anne-Marie Ebarb of Westlaco High School. Brianna Venegas of Harlingen. Jackie Gonzalez, Donna North. Gabriela Quintanilla, Westlaco East. Randy Lara from Mercedes. Destiny Duran of Harlingen. Leila Vallejo of Westlaco. Sofia Torres of Mercedes. Alexa Galvan of Progreso. Stephanie Cano of Mercedes. Brittany Lara of Edcal Chelsea. Krista Cavazos of Westlaco. Zoe Cepeda, Edcal Chelsea. Summer Ramirez Dana and Gabriela Ramirez of Progreso.
Yeah, we talk about former athletes. Krista Martinez out of Edcal Chelsea. That was another great athlete from Edcal Chelsea that really did well from her freshman, sophomore year and had an excellent career there. So when you read out her name, I had to go back and I remembered her. She was another fine athlete from the Rio Grande Valley there.
So again, this is going to be 4 laps around the track. You do have a stagger. So once they make that curve about the 110 meter mark, they're able to make their way into lane 1. So we'll see. The best time so far this year comes from Marely Cuellar of Westlaco East, 5:23.97. Rebecca Davila with a time of 5:24. And so that's going to be a good race here if those two can set the tempo and set the pace.
And while we wait, I do have the results for the girls 200 meter dash.
Can we do that when we
Okay,
get started?
sure.
Yeah, let's get them started because they're already set.
Okay.
But the starter came down. I think he needs to reload his gun because he took a step down, and the girls are now waiting. Because we are going to have plenty of time, Mike, and then we'll do some field events as well.
Yeah, the girls, the 1,600 meter, and the boys, 1,600 meter. It always gives us an opportunity to kind of relax a little bit,
Here we
breathe, and just enjoy these athletes go at
And
it.
they are off. And as we mentioned, once they get around this curb, they will go ahead and be allowed to make their way over into lane 1. And it looks like the young lady from Edcal Chelsea, Rebecca Davila, is going to set the pace here as she makes her way out to the front. And, of course, Marely Cuellar is right on her heels.
And so with that being said, we move on to the girls 200 meter dash results. 4th place was Amanda Mares out of Harlingen High School. 3rd place was Jamie Flores out of Mercedes. And in 2nd place was Sadie Romero out of Westlaco High School. And your 1st place winner, also out of Westlaco High School, is Maya Pugh with a time of 25.58. And with Westlaco finishing 1st and 2nd, that actually helps them in the total rankings. They're in 1st place with 152 points. And right behind them is Harlingen with 141. And in 3rd place, Mercedes with 83 points and Westlaco East with 70. And on the boys 200 meter dash, we have a 4th place, Steven Venegas out of Harlingen High School. 3rd place is Jay-Z and Moore out of Harlingen. 2nd place, John Garcia out of Westlaco. And your 1st place winner with a time of 22:38 is Javier Rodriguez out of Donna High School. Congratulations. And as far as the team rankings are concerned. You got Harlingen High School still dominating the Invitational with 181.50 points. And in second place is Wesco East with a 98. Third place is Wesco High School with 90. And fourth is Donna with 81.50. And we've read some of the fielding events earlier, so we will continue. We last left with the girls pole vault, and so we'll move on to the boys pole vault, which took place this morning. In fourth place was a Seth Moya out of Wesco, and in third place was a Angelo Proencia out of Harlingen. Second place is a Esteban Rocha out of Wesco. And your first place winner with a jump of 12 feet exactly was Jonathan Munoz out of Wesco East. And now we move on to the girls shot put. In fourth place is Sarahi Alonso out of Wesco High School. Third place is Amanda Rosales out of Harlingen. Second place is Lauren De La Garza out of Donna. And your first place winner with a throw of 39 feet, 39:01.00 was Kaylee Trantham out of Edcal Chelsea. And we move on to the boys shot put. Fourth place is Matthew Perez out of Mercedes. Second place is Anthony Briones out of Wesco East. Second place is Daniel Perez out of Mercedes. And your first place winner with a throw of 47:08 is Jacob Ortiz out of Harlingen. And we move on to the girls triple jump. Fourth place was Lorena Cerda out of Progreso. Third place, is Maya Pugh out of Wesco. And second place is Sofia Pesina out of Progreso. And your first place winner with a jump of 32:06.50 is Jamie Flores out of Mercedes.
Mike, the girls are coming up to finishing lap 3, and it's been Rebecca Davila out in front from the get-go, but Marely Cuellar has had her in her sights since the start of the race, has not given her any room to breathe. And so as they come around this curve to finish up lap 3, it's going to be Davila and Cuellar, and there's the gun for the final lap. So these two young ladies have been running a really good race. Andrea Quintero is in third place, followed by Brianna Venegas of Harlingen.
Okay, and with that being said, we'll finish off the fielding events and move on to the boys triple jump. Adam Sanchez finished in fourth place out of Harlingen High School. In third place is a Prince Johnson out of Donna North. Second place is a Manuel Garcia out of Progreso. And your first place winner with a jump of 40:10 is Javier Rodriguez out of Donna. And those are your final results of the fielding events from this morning.
Marely Cuellar just overtook Davila at about the 300-meter mark to finish the race. And now as they come around the curve and down the final 100 meters, it's going to be Cuellar. And she looks like she is going to finish strong and finish in first. She is just going to cruise it in, and coming in third is going to be Andrea Quintero. So Cuellar, Davila, and Quintero first, second, and third. So Wesco East finishing strong here in the 1,600 meters. Another young lady that we saw run strong, but in the 800 meters was Brianna Venegas, and she'll finish in fourth. So two young ladies from Wesco East in first and third, and of course second place was won by Davila from Edcal Chelsea. So there is your winner, Marely Cuellar of Wesco East High School.
That has to be the best feeling in the world, is when you run 4 laps and you're the first place winner. That has to be a great feeling to be able to go home with a gold medal in a race like that. And congratulations to the young lady. Great job.
We just saw Quintanilla from East cross the finish line. That is Cavazos from Wesco High, and Ebarb from Wesco High. And here comes Vallejo from Wesco High as well. So good, strong running there by these young ladies. Again, as you mentioned, Mike, 4 laps around the track. And that is tough.
That is really tough. And earlier this morning, they ran the 3,200 meter run. That's 8 laps.
Right.
And we're going to read out those results in just a minute here. But yeah, I mean, now the sun is out. This morning it was gloomy. It was a little cooler, but now it's warm and the sun is right above you. And having to run in these conditions, I mean, you gotta take your hats off to these athletes.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a girls' event, and now it's going to be the boys' 1600-meter relay. It's going to be Juan Aguinaga Jr. of Edcauchelsa. Ariano Gonzalez, he won the 800-meter earlier for Westaco East. Octavian de la Serna, Westaco East. Zachary Lamar from Harlingen High School. Ricardo Chacon of Dana North. Osbel Cisneros of Harlingen, Eric Davis of Westaco East, Ubaldo III, another young man that ran strong in the 800 of Harlingen High School, Isaiah Garcia of Edcauchelsa, Ramiro Lozoya of Mercedes, Martin Villarreal of Progreso, Joshua Rodriguez of Westlaco, Juan Pablo Gomez, Dana, Adrián Salazar, Dana, Ezequiel Ibarra, Progreso, Jacob Moreno, Dana North, Michael Fuentes, Westlaco, Ryan Trevino, Mercedes, Andrew Cortez, Mercedes, Jose Lopez, Dana North, Draven Blake, Westlaco. So they are on the track, and as we just mentioned right before this race, in the girls' race, they do have a stagger. So as soon as they are around the curb at about the 110 meter mark, after the end of the cones, they're able to make their way back into the first lane. Mike got a couple of guys here from Westaco East and from Dana with pink shoes as well. So this pink shoe is a popular shoe.
Is it a trend, or
I don't know if it's a trend or a style.
A style.
You know, but I'm talking about like the shoe style.
Yeah.
Like the Nike 5003, you know.
Sure.
It's probably one of the better track shoes, so most people want to wear it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, would you wear them if you were in track, or?
If it was a top-notch shoe, I would.
Yeah, why not, right? You see some pink and then kind of a little bit of orange toward the heel area, toward the back. Oh, that's probably the rubber area down.
Right.
This area is what's orange there. See a little bit of lime green. One of the athletes, I think he's from Harlingen, wearing some green.
And that's going to be Zachary Lamar of Harlingen. Looking at his bib from here. But 1600-meter run for the boys. And let's give you the record. And that record is held by a young man from Mercedes, Dominic Cavazos. Set back in 2017, a time of 4:24. And Aguinaga just 2 seconds off that pace from Edcauchelsa. As we mentioned earlier, Adriano Gonzalez ran well in the 800. And another name that we hear throughout the cross-country season, Eric Davis, will be in this race as well.
The son of
the coach
of the girls' head coach, right. Eric Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Or Josh Davis, I beg your pardon. Eric Davis is the athlete,
right.
And Josh Davis is the coach.
Right.
I had a chance to talk with him earlier, and he kind of filled me in about his team a little bit, and you know, he's pretty happy with where he's at, and you know, Gonzalez is another cross-country runner, and I believe Octavian de la Serna was also a cross-country runner. I think overall most of these athletes ran cross-country when the school year started. And Michael Fuentes, a freshman, is a son of David Fuentes, the county commissioner, Precinct 1 here in our area.
He ran in the 800 as well, and as you mentioned, just a freshman.
Just a freshman, yeah. And he ran cross-country as well.
So here we go, the boys' 1600-meter run. They are already back on the track, as we did notice a little bit ago, a few seconds ago. Some of them just continuing the warm-up stretching process, as there has been a little bit of a delay. Not sure for whatever reason. Up here in the booth, we are not told all things that happen on the track.
And for this one, Joe, I mean, they just kind of stand up and kind of, you know, stand at a certain stance before the gun sounds, but you know, they don't come off a block or anything like that.
Yeah, because they put in 2 per lane, so that'll be very, very difficult to do, and so they just start off. But one of the things that you will see is that a lot of them, you know, they want to get in front, because if you get caught in that middle of the pack, a lot of times what happens is you get blocked in and you can't move. And so if you're trying to speed up, or if that group that has you blocked in is slower, you have to play catch up. It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. So a lot of times you'll see the premier athletes of these type of events, you know, and I'll just say, because of the where they're ranked right here, the top 3, like Juan Aguinaga, Adriano Gonzalez, and Octavia de la Serna, you'll see those kind of guys just rush out of the box, like almost a hard sprint. And now everybody's getting back off. Some of them are going to grab a drink of water, and not sure what the holdup is.
No, the flag up is red right now. We wait for it to turn white.
Yeah. And you know, so the guys are going back to their warm-ups and making sure that they stay loose and warm, because again, as we mentioned, a lot of them, you know, come out strong right at the get-go, and then they'll just set themselves into that tempo that they want to get into. So the starter is not on his pedestal there. Now he's making his way back up. So here we go. All the runners coming back to their position. He's telling everybody, come on, guys, let's get back. We're going to get started here. So everybody coming back, and he's giving everybody a little bit of time to get back, as he knows very well that there was some kind of delay, so everybody went. Now they are set to their positions. And a good clean start here in the boys' 1,600 meter run. As we mentioned earlier, it is a stagger start for some of them. On the top side, they will run on side of the cones until they get past that mark, and now they will make their way to the beginning. And Aguinaga from Ed Couch, as we mentioned, you know, he's going to come out strong and make his way out to the front. And he is in the front and leading the way. And he'll probably set the pace. And right behind him is Adriano Gonzalez from Westaco East, as is Octavian de la Serna. As we just mentioned, you know, they're going to come out strong, and that they did. And I'm pretty sure right after him is Zachary Lamar from Harlingen High. So those are the 4 guys to keep your eye on here as they make the way around lap number 1.
All right, then we move on to the results of the girls' 1,600 meter run. In 4th place was Brianna Venegas out of Harlingen. 3rd place, Andrea Quintero out of Westaco East. 2nd place, Rebecca Davila out of Ed Calchoso. And your 1st place winner with a time of 5:21.41 is Marely Cuellar out of Westaco East. And team rankings wise, you got Westaco High 5 points ahead of Harlingen right now, 152 to 147 as we move on to the last event after this. In 3rd place is Westaco East with 87 points, and in 4th place is Mercedes with 83. And earlier this morning, we mentioned the girls' 3,200 meter run. Again, that's 8 laps, Joe. In 4th place was Irene Ramirez out of Harlingen. 3rd place was Krista Cavazos out of Westaco. 2nd place was Miranda Guerrero out of Ed Calchoso. And your 1st place winner with a time of 12:39.90 was Bailey Benya out of Westaco East. Congratulations. On the boys' side, 4th place was Octavian de la Serna, who is racing right now out of Westaco East. 3rd place is Zachary Lamar out of Harlingen. 2nd place is Ricardo Chacon out of Donna North. And your 1st place winner with a time of 9:45.56 is Juan Aguianaga Jr. out of Ekachosa. Congratulations.
He's running right now as well.
And he's running as well. Okay, so we move on to the girls 4x800 meter relay. So that's 4 laps, but 4 runners, right? 1 lap for each individual. And so in third place was Wesco High School. Second place was Harlingen High School. And your first place winner, Joe, with a new meet record with a time of a 10:00.78 was Wesco East. And I got to mention their names. It's Andrea Quintero, Marely Cuellar, Gabriela Quintanilla, and Thea Martinez. And my understanding is that Thea ran an outstanding, had an outstanding run as the anchor for that team. So congratulations to those girls and to Wesco East for that accomplishment. And finally, the boys 4x800 meter relay. Fourth place was Donna North, excuse me. Third place was Donna High School. Second place, Harlingen High School. And your first place winner with a time of 8:25.48 was Wesco East High School. So congratulations to all these athletes.
Congratulations. Adriano Gonzalez took over after the first lap, and he has led ever since, and he's running strong in first place. Juan Aguiñaga is in second, but a couple of guys keeping pace with him is Zachary Lamar from Harlingen, and it looks like Ricardo Chacon of Dana North. So here comes Gonzalez, and he's going to finish first. So he's got 2 golds today, if I'm not mistaken. And trying to hang on to second is Juan Aguiñaga, but Chacon from Dana North coming on strong. Dana North trying to overtake him, but he cannot. Aguiñaga finishes second, followed by Chacon from Dana North, and then it's going to be Zachary Lamar of Harlingen. So a good race there by Adriano Gonzalez for the Wildcats.
Yeah, congratulations to him. And a great race. Once again, 4 laps around. It's probably, right now, it's probably about 85 degrees or so. So this is the hottest part of the day. And again, the sun is right above you. And having not only the physical strength, but mentally as well, to be able to compete and come away with a win, it says a lot.
That it does for sure. So again, a good run by Adriano Gonzalez as he finishes with his second gold medal of the day. And Juan Aguiñaga in second, and it looked like it was Ricardo Chacon of Dana North in third. Of course, unofficial until we get it from the
Curve judges, please report
official stat keepers in a little bit. Here comes the replay here again, as we mentioned. Gonzalez looking really strong as he finishes strong, and Aguiñaga trying to hold on to second place as he did, as Chacon trying to overtake him here in the final 40-50 meters, but just could not. And finishing third finishing fourth is going to be Zachary Lamar of Harlingen. So a good run there in the 1,600 meter run for the boys. Now we are at the final event of the night or the afternoon, the 4x400 meter relay. Now this one, each person is going to run 1 lap around the track. This record goes back to 1998. It was that Sherryland team that came in and set the record 4:03.19. That's going to be a tough one to beat.
Yeah, that's why it's lasted that long.
Mercedes, lane 1, Avi Garza, Stephanie Cano, Marisa Ramirez, and Isabella Molina. Lane 2 is going to be Edcal Chelsea, Jocelyn Cortez, Tamara Leal, Sofia Ramos, and Miranda Guerrero. Lane 3, Wesco East, Azaria Rivens, Judith Gomez, Thea Martinez, speaking of Thea Martinez and strong runners, and Valeria Juarez anchoring the Wesco East team. Wesco High is in lane 4, Sadie Romero, Mariah Oliver, Maya Desiga, and Maya Hu. Harlingen High in lane 5, Leila Cerda, Brianna Venegas, Ana Tamplanco, and Lori Rocha. Donna North in lane 6, Bernice Sustaita, Maria Morales, Emily Ortiz, and Ruby Rodriguez. And in lane 7 is going to be Donna High, Brittany Garcia, Elay Washington, Jalen Garza, and Angela Soto. So we've got 7 teams running in the 4x400 meter relay, the girls division. So the girls' best time is Westlaco High, 4:05, and they've got a pretty good time, better than everybody else.
And coming into this event, Joe, Wesco High has a 5-point lead in the standings. So this race is going to dictate who's going to win the girls' side of the Jimmy Platt Invitational. And they actually come in 2nd and 3rd overall in the RGV track and field standings coming into today. So this is going to be a fun one.
It is, the indicator is they just need to beat Harlingen.
Pretty much. That's a good way to approach it. Good way to think of it. If you can just beat Harlingen, you'll win the track meet.
Right. Yeah.
Regardless of what it is, it could be 3rd place to 4th or 2nd place to 3rd or whatever. You beat Harlingen, you'll win the meet. You'll win the meet.
But as we mentioned just a few seconds ago, they come in with the best time at 4:05 so far. And Harlingen comes in with the second best time at 4:10, and West East 4:20. So again, the top 3 teams that we've been talking about here today, Harlingen High, Westlaco High, and Westlaco East, you know, in no particular order, but those are the teams that have done so well in the relays here today. So they are in their lanes, as we mentioned. They will run a full lap, a 1 trip around the track.
And this could be a preview of what we're going to see in a few weeks, perhaps.
Right, for the district.
Just thought I'll say that. This could be just a warm-up.
They are set. A good, clean start to begin the girls' 4x400 meter relay. Westlaco High, Harlingen High, and Westlaco East, the top 3 teams coming into this event. And it's going to be for Westlaco East, Azariah Riven, Sadie Romero for Westlaco High, and Layla Serra for Harlingen. And look at Romero. She's already taken on the stagger, and they have now put Westlaco High in front. Riven's in the inside lane, making up some room here, trying to catch up to Harlingen. But it's going to be Westlaco High and Harlingen High as we come down to the last 100 meters here in the first leg of the 4x100 meter relay. And Westlaco High, Sadie Romero will give it up to Mariah Oliver. And they are clearly in first place after that exchange, followed by Harlingen High. And once they get to that 110 meter mark, they can make their way here to the first lane. So they'll see them all move in right now.
See the cones there?
Yeah.
That's the mark.
And Harlingen High, did you see her cut straight across?
Yes.
And look at Westlaco High. She has not begun her move.
I wonder if she is aware of that.
I don't think she's aware of that because she is still running in her lane at the 200 meter mark. And that could cost them right there, Mike. Because she is running, I don't know how many meters it is, but she's running a good 10 to 15 meters more. And there she goes. She's finally made her way into lane 1. But look at Westlaco East. Westlaco East, Judith Gomez has really made up some ground, and now she's going to overtake Westlaco. So Westlaco East may be in first place at this exchange, and they are. Westlaco East is out in front, and this third leg is Taya Martinez, and she is no easy runner. She is a strong one, but she's also running up against Mia Desiga, who is also a very strong runner as well.
And look at that. They're neck and neck. I mean, they're following each other's footsteps there. But it looks like Mia's making a little move here.
And there they come down the last 150 meters. And it's Westaco High out in front. So Desiga doing a great job. Martinez trying to hang on. But you got to wonder how much does Martinez have in the tank, because she's been running some pretty long events.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point there. She got off to a great start, but yeah, now Mia kind of has taken control of this third leg.
Maya Poo and Valeria Juarez. Juarez, one of those multi-sport athletes, as we've mentioned before, for the Wildcats. And it's going to be Westaco High. I don't think anybody's going to catch Pooh. She is one tough cookie. We've seen her run today. But look at Harlingen. Harlingen's got a lot of space to make up. But that young lady, Lori Rocha, is running strong.
Yeah. I mean, she's got ways to go. But, yeah, she's starting to make up some room there toward the end.
But it may be a case of too little, too late.
Too little, too late, perhaps, is the last 150-plus meters or so left.
Here comes Westaco High. So it's going to be Westaco High, Westaco East.
But let's see if Westaco East can stay in second place. They still got a pretty good lead.
She will. I don't think Rocha's got enough to catch her. And Juarez doing a good job hanging on. Here she comes. It is Pooh, Juarez. Here comes Rocha trying to finish strong. Coming up in third for Harlingen. But Juarez is going to take second. And Rocha third for Harlingen. So Westaco High, Westaco East, followed by Harlingen. And it looks like the crown for the Jimmy Platt Invitational is going to go to the Westaco High girls.
Yeah, congratulations to them. I don't know when was the last time, I don't know if they won it last year or not, but this has to be a nice feeling for Pablo Amaguer and his girls winning a meet this season. And a lot to work with, that's for sure. Moving forward, he has to feel pretty good winning at home and then moving on to the meet of champions in a few weeks and in district. We see the last 100 meters or so of Mia Pugh there, but yeah, give credit to the other girls as well, starting with Mia Deziga being able to recapture the lead.
Yep, good job there. And now we head to the final event. And it's going to be the boys 400 by 4 meter relay. And in lane 1, it'll be Mercedes. It'll be Justin Davila, Ramiro Lozoya, Ivan Sanchez, Carlos Cantu. Lane 2, Dana High School, Yahir Mata, Juan Pablo Gomez, Dominic Valderas, and Oscar Leal. Lane 3, Westaco East, Joel Valderas, Margarito Pompa, Jose Bruno, and Nathaniel J. Herrera. Harlingen High in lane 4, Steven Venegas, Noah Huerta, Jazian Moore, Andreas Dior. Lane 5, Westaco, Samuel Flores, John Garcia, Saúl Ramirez, and Andres Valdez. Lane 6, Dana North, Jaime Arciniaga, Alan Cordero, David Nieves, Prince Johnson. And in lane 7, Ed Cauchelsa, Kyle Tradum, Emilio Flores, Elijah Mata, and Francisco Cua. So, a couple of names here that we've seen run earlier. Looks like Westaco East, Westaco High, and Harlingen, some strong names there. Mixed hurdles and mixed sprinters. You know, Noah Huerta has done great in the hurdles, and we see him here in this race. Jazian Moore, we saw him in the 100 and the 200. Now we see him here as well. Margarito Pompa, I think all he's run has been relays.
He's probably the freshest, one of the freshest ones coming into this race.
And a guy that we've seen run strong for Westaco High has been John Garcia.
Yeah, John Garcia.
He's here too as well.
Yeah, he'll be number 2. Noah, he'll be going up against Noah Huerta.
So that's going to be an interesting race.
Yeah.
And Margarito Pompa.
Yeah, good point. So those three runners there will be fun to watch.
Yeah, the second leg. So they've got them looking, and they're all in their blocks, and they are now set. A good, clean start to this one. There's no one in lane 2, so Donna is not in this race. Out on top, Donna North.
And while we have a moment, the boys' 1,600-meter run results. In fourth place was Zachary Lamar out of Harlingen. Third place, Ricardo Chacon out of Dana North. Second place is Juan Aguinaga Jr. out of Ecalchosa. And your first place winner with a time of 4:28.50 is Adriano Gonzalez out of Westlake East.
So Venegas running strong for Harlingen High, making a move on Westlake, Samuel Flores. And for Westlake East, Joel Valderas keeping pace with everybody. But looks like it's going to be Harlingen High, Westlake High, followed by East. So Harlingen High in first, second is Westlake High, third is Westlake East, and right after this turn here, they're going to be able to cut into lane 1. But look at Garcia, look at the move he's making. He's caught up to Noah Huerta. And Margarito Pompa trying to hang on there. But Garcia looking strong. Garcia trying to take over here on the turn. Huerta trying to stay strong. But look at Garcia. Garcia is now putting Westlake in second place. Got a step on Huerta. Pompa coming up, making up some ground here as he finishes the last 40, 50 meters. So it's going to be Westlake, Harlingen, and then East. Now Moore has just overtaken as he just took 3 steps and came out of the pack in front. This is a strong runner in Jaazian Moore. We've seen him run really well today. And for Westlake High, it is Saul Ramirez. For Westlake East, Jose Bruno. So here comes Bruno overtaking Westlake High. And Bruno looking to take first place for Westlake East, as Moore just felt him coming on the shoulder, and Moore trying to step up the pace, but Bruno and Moore put it into a different gear.
Oh, God. Wow.
Moore has put it into a different gear and now has a good 10-meter lead for Harlingen. Bruno in second for East, and Westlake High in third. And the anchor leg for Harlingen is Andreas Dior. And it's going to be Herrera for East and Valdez for High. So it's going to be Harlingen to win this one. But East and High, who's going to get second and third? That's going to be an interesting race. Dior is anchoring for High, and he was supposed to be in another race, but I did not see him participate. And so he's got to be fresh. And so it's going to be Harlingen High, Westlake High, Westlake East in the final event of the night. So it looks like Harlingen High will win the Jimmy Platt as well.
Again, yeah, I know they've won it for several years in a row, and a great job there by the young man finishing strong there. But this was a great race overall. We kind of saw about 2 or 3 lead changes in between, and that's what makes the relay races fun, is you have different guys running different turns there. And I love the way Bruno ran for Westlake East, the way he hustled there, and for a few moments gave the Wildcats the lead, and then Moore being Moore, I mean, just falling behind and just that burst, helping the Cardinals regain the lead. And then John Garcia with a great run for Westlake High. But overall, a great race overall. This was a fun one. Yeah,
Dior for Harlingen High just cruising into the finish to give them the solid gold medal. Then, of course, Westlake High finishing in second, followed by Westlake East. But that's it, Mike. The Jimmy Platt Mid-Valley Classic Track and Field Invitational is over. We'll bring you the final results in just a little bit, along with the team standings. But Mike, it was a fun one today. A lot of good athletes, a lot of good competition, a lot of good runs today. You know, some of them, you know, as we mentioned earlier, were just exciting to watch. You know, as you mentioned just right now in this last race, some names that you just saw them bring their team into a place where they had a chance to win.
Yeah, on the girls' side and on the boys' side. I mean, we saw some newcomers come up, and and we saw some veterans that we had seen from previous years do very, very well. I think overall, all coaches have to be happy with the way their athletes ran. I think they liked what they saw and got what they wanted. They're able to make adjustments going into the meet of champions, and if they participate in another meet after that, and then is the big district race in a couple of weeks here in Wesco for 6A, and 5A will be in Harlingen this year. So a lot to look forward to for these coaches. I think overall everybody's happy with what they saw.
Yeah, you got to, like you were mentioning, Mike, we saw some names that we hadn't heard before and some that we had. And just in case you need to mark your calendars, that district meet is going to be here on April the 4th. And that, I believe, is a Thursday. So again, just some really good competition here. And as Mike alluded to a little while ago, a preview of what we will see when the district track meet makes its way here to Bobby Lackey Stadium. Right here is going to be the 6A district track meet. And that's going to be a fun one to watch, as we saw a lot of what we will be seeing that day in two track teams, Westaco High and Harlingen High. And, of course, some of the other teams that will be here as well will be some of the teams from Brownsville and San Benito. But again, this one is over, and we're just waiting for the final tally results so that we can give them to you before we close out this broadcast. But again, the trophies on the field, waiting for the teams to be called out so that they can take that hardware home and add it to their trophy case, to their collection, because this one is one that a lot of people have their eyes on and mark their calendar, because it's an exciting one, the Jimmy Platt Mid-Valley Classic Track and Field Invitational. Here come the final results of the final race. Mike Gonzalez is going to give them to you along with the point totals.
All right, thank you everyone for your patience here. We got the final results of the girls 4x400 meter relay. In fourth place was Donna North. Third place was Harlingen High School. Second place, Wesco East. And your first place winner with a time of 4:08.35 was Wesco High School. And the final team results was Wesco High with 172 points. Second place was Harlingen High School with 163. Third place was Wesco East with 106. And Mercedes High School finishes with 83 points.
Good, strong showing by Wesco High and Wesco East girls.
Absolutely. So on the boys' side,
standing for the girls.
okay. On the boys' side, the 4x400 meter relay, fourth place was Donna North. Third place was Wesco East. Second place is Wesco High School. And your first place winner with a time of 3:29.50 was Harlingen High School. And the overall results, Harlingen High School dominating the Invitational with 207.50 points. Second place is Wesco East with 121 points. Third place is Wesco High School with 106. And your fourth place winner with 81.50 is Donna High School.
Congratulations to those finishers. Well, Mike, I did mention that the district meet is on April the 4th. It's a Thursday. So mark your calendars, as K-West will bring that one to you live from here in Bobby Lackey Stadium. Any closing remarks?
Oh, I think we've pretty much covered everything, Joe. I think everybody is happy. You see everybody getting their medals and their trophies, and it was a fun afternoon. The weather was great, and let's see how April looks. It might be a little warmer by then, and I'm fired up for the district meet.
Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in today to the Jimmy Platt Mid-Valley Classic Track and Field Invitational. It is over. The girls team champion, Westlaco High. The boys team champion, Harlingen High. And we saw a lot of great competition, as Mike mentioned earlier. A lot of preview for the district meet coming up soon. Well, we want to thank you once again for tuning in, and we'll be back on April the 4th as we bring you the district meet right here from Bobby Lackey Stadium. For Mike Gonzalez, I am Joe Aguilar, and the rest of the K-West crew, we say goodbye from Bobby Lackey Stadium here in Westlaco, Texas, where once again the Jimmy Platt Mid-Valley Classic Track and Field Invitational is in the books. We'll see you in a couple of weeks for the district meet right here on K-West.
In 6th place with 45 points, Ed Calchelsa. In 5th place with 65 points, Don North. In 4th place with 81.5 points, Donna. In 3rd place with 106 points, Westlaco. In 2nd place with 121 points, Westlaco East. And your champion for the Jimmy Platt Mid-Valley Classic with 207.50 points, Harlingen High.